予想重化のような、とてもラブリーなゲームでしたね。ぜひ皆さんもラブリーになりましょう。というわけでね、お疲れ様でした。
So can I get some hype for the Rayman run? I've tried to play this game like twice, and it goes about as well as you'd expect.
500円ちょっと。これはもう平日のね、お昼ご飯代を一食我慢すれば誰でもラブリーになれるという、これはとても素晴らしいことじゃないでしょうか。次はレイマンですね。僕もあまりっていうか僕も分かってないゲームなので、とてもワクワクしますね。どんなゲームなのか。そう、500円ですよ、500円。ワンコイン。壺おじさんより安い。帰宅した時に飲むビールを1本、もしくはお昼ご飯を1食分、また小腹が空いた時に買うお菓子数個、それらをね、ぐっと我慢するだけでラブリーになります。みんなをね、ぜひフレンドさんやあと親しい方に送りつけて一緒にラブリーになりましょう。僕もそうします。明日に忘れてそう。そう。今は結構話題になってるじゃないですか。お年玉がなんかガチャにね、課金使われるという、そういうことがあるじゃないですか。それをね、防ぐためにラブリーをね、広めていきたいなと僕は思います。そうですね。まずお腹いっぱいになることが大事なのね。お腹いっぱいになった上で、さらにラブリーになることが大事なんじゃないでしょうか。そうですね。来年からはね、親戚のお子様に、親戚のお子さんとかに渡すのね、現金じゃなくてラブリーを渡す。これね。あれもラブリー、これもラブリー。いいですね。ラブリーが溢れてますね。ガチャね、一瞬で消えるじゃないですか。持ったとしてもは10分や20分でもね、ラブリーは10時間でも20時間でも遊べる。これは素晴らしいことなのでは。二度と家に呼ばれてくださそう。ラブリープラネットアーケード。いいですね。どんどんラブリーが溢れていきますね。世界にね、広めていきましょう。暗記も忘れずにな。2作品目なんですね。スーパーの方2作品目だとずっと思ってたんですけど、3作品目なんですね。あれもラブ、これもラブは多分、ムーンじゃないでしょうか。ラブディック社が作ったRPG アンチのゲームです。ラブリー。ラブリー。そう。しかも 初代の方はね、FPS、そう、エイム力を鍛えられる。そして、3作品目は、道なき道を行く。自分でね、どこをどうすればゴールにたどり着けるのか、こういう想像力をね、働かせられるという、鍛えられるという、そういうメリットもあるのではないでしょうか。e スポーツですね。実質 e スポーツみたいなもの。ダービーと暗記も、そしてエルマタドール。これらね、親戚のお子さんに渡せば、これだけで十分みたいな。e スポーツ ?e スポーツだんだんとね、未来の RTA 奏者を増やしていけたらなと思います。いや、いいですね。すごい面白いゲームね、続々出てきて。何事もね、実質と言い換えれば、それだけでもう正しさを帯びたような感じになるんで、いいですね。動物タワーバトルはあれですね。僕はやってないんですけど、解説はめちゃくちゃ面白かったね。なんだっけな。攻めのニトラとか、安定のゼロゾーとか、格差数白クバ滑り台とか、なかなかユニークな解説が結構バンバン出てきて面白かったですね。ツボも爆発的な人気になりましたね。ツボ動物タワーバトル、これにね、追いつく。ラブリーで、ね、追いつき追い越す目指していきたいですね。壁抜けるゲームはエルマタドールとリスクオブレインですね。ちらっとやってますか壁抜けるゲーム結構多いんですけども、大体なんかそうですね、大体抜けてますね。その前のシリアスさんでもバンバン抜けていってました。大体 RT ってなった時点で壁は抜けるもんだなみたいな、そんな感じありますね。そうですね。斜めになってね、上に登っていくゲームはエルマタだ。この機会にね、もしかしたら RTA 奏者が爆発的に増えるかもしれないです。よし、俺もめり込むぞみたいな。俺のめり込みは芸術的だみたいな、そんな感じで出てくる方がいらっしゃるかもしれません。賛否両論。いいですね。大きい大会になると、やっぱ結構こう、厳しめなイメージあったんですけども、すごいいいですね。こう、緩やかな感じで、とても僕もすごい楽しいです、ね。見ているだけでも楽しい。
Right.
レイマン。
Which model you got? Oh,
も
hello.
う少し
What's
で
up, everyone?
始まりそうです。
Hey.
Hey.
Yeah, we got it's Rayman time, everyone. Yeah, we got our runner right here on the couch.
そうですね。
Introduce
足
yourself,
元に
dude.
オブジェクトを置いて、その隙間にね、割り込めば、抜けれる可能性は一気に
Practicing all day. I'm
増えますね。
ready to roll. So I have my friend Jakku here
Hello.
and Glitch Cat,
Hi there.
and they are going to be on our quest to save the world
あ
from
お
Mr. Dark.
そうなんですね。ヨーロッパだと
He's done some
人気なん
dastardly
だ。
Yeah,
things.
he stole the Great Protoon and defeated Batilla the Fairy.
What is the platoon?
It's
ラブリープレントは非常に好評らしいですね。
You know those globes that kind of like electric.
Yeah,
非常
dude,
に
I
好
always
評という
wanted
こ
those
と
in my
は、
room as a kid. My
世
parents
界
never
中の
got
人に
one.
愛されているという
Yeah.
こと
Well,
で
cool.
は
That's
ない
the
でしょうか。
story of Rayman, everyone. That's the abbreviated version.
That's all you need to know.
It's actually not even that abbreviated.
Like,
おーソニックみたいなもん。
all right. So 3,
おお、
2.
なるほど。横スクロール系の
Woo!
Here we
ゲ
go.
ームっぽいですね。
That's Mr. Dark right there. We're not gonna see him till later.
Yeah, he just stares at you from
なかなか独特な
Just kind of.
things generally
キャラクターですね。
So yeah,
Good
this
luck.
is Rayman for the PlayStation 1, the original adventure for our Limitless Hero.
低
So
評
right
価を
off
使
the
った
bat
ら、
here,
ちょっと
you
ラブリーが
don't
ね、
have a lot to
足
work
りてなかった
with.
だけなんで。
They start you off with just greatest.
これは
set
さ
effect
すが
and
に
all. But
ラブリー要素
all
も
you
壁
can
抜き
do
要
is
素もなさそうな感じあり
strut.
ますね。
It's more than a walk, less than a run. It's a strut, ladies.
なんか安心できますね。
That and jump. You can also
なん
grab
か今まで異色だっただ
onto
け
things.
に
You
す
can
ごい
see
こ
right here, he
う
grabs off the vine, and doing that, if you do
安
it
心できま
quickly
す
and
ね。
like push yourself off, it actually pushes you forward a pixel or a few pixels. It saves just a little bit of time.
like right here.
壁抜けないんじゃないかな。
You're a couple frames ahead for whatever reason. If you can just
こうだんだ
hold
ん
down the jump button before you
こ
land
うスキ
on
ル
the
とか
vine.
覚えていく感じなんですかね。
And right here, we're getting our first of our 5 main power-ups. It might seem mundane, but somehow he gains the power-up to throw his fist in front of his face.
いやなかな
learning how to
か
punch.
いいですね。シンプ
Which is
ル
very necessary to
でこう
take out enemies
いい
and
みたいな。
bosses throughout the game, but also to break the various
そうですね。
electro
万が一
cages throughout the
まさか
game.
がねあるかもしれないで
There
す。
are 17 main levels in this game, building up
僕
to
たちの
final
想像
level.
を超え
And
る
each of those 17
まさ
levels
か
are going to be 6 cages with a bunch of electoons in it.
パ
We
ンチ
get one right
でき
here,
るよう
right
に
in
なったん
front
で
of
す
us
ね。
to introduce us to it. And we need to break all 102 of those.
攻
Or we
撃手
can't
段
beat
ある
the
となる
game.
とね
Not
大
most
違い
of
ですよ
them.
ね。
The devs required you to get all of them. Now, right here, the
まず
case
画
you're
面
seeing
外
is
に
that
吹っ飛
he's
んで。
actually throwing his fist while he's airborne, and that causes it to actually deal double damage and also go further. For whatever reason, that's a mechanic in this game. So you're going to see him utilizing that jump punch or that aerial punch as much as possible. All the cages in this have 2 health. Nice jumping over that shot right there. Hitting this cage right as he's about to land. Otherwise, if he was standing on the ground, he would have had to punch it twice.
Yeah, they have 2 HP. Most things have more than 2 HP in this game, so jump punching basically kills everything whenever you need them to be dead.
どう
We
でしょう。
didn't get 3 of the cages in this
ただ
because we didn't have
プレイ
punch
していらっしゃ
on
る
the
奏者さん
screen,
も
which
す
were on
ご
the
い
previous screen before we got the
も
power to
うこの
punch.
ゲームはプロ
We're
なん
gonna
で
be going back to
もしかしたら何か必須
3
と
out
か
of 4 of the Dream Force stages in this.
取った方が
We're gonna be getting
むしろ速くなるみたいな
all
そういう要
six
素
on the
が
next stage,
結構あるのか
not
も
the
しれない
other.
ですね。
Carrying the jump punch of that,
ちょっ
not just breaking
と
the cage, but going
ちょっとパ
over
ン
as
チは
well.
ねラブリーが足りてないです
Try
ね。
to go for a tap left or a
真
tap
のラブ
right
リー
at the
は
last second
パン
to
チを
knock
使わな
yourself
い。
backwards. Not a big deal, obviously, here early
I
on.
was actually trying to jump over straight over him.
Oh, you were actually trying to clear. You're trying to get the 100 jump. You told me you weren't going to go for that, man.
Ah,
We went over
Man,
this,
you
dude.
gotta do this.
You're screwing up my commentary. Come on, dude. Make me look
I'm
bad.
doing it.
All right, so these mosquito fights we got right here. What you want to
ある
do
んで
is,
しょうか。
whenever you punch him, you'll see he's going to move to that top middle part of the screen. So you're not going to just punch him instantly all the time. You're actually going to let him drag a little bit closer. Because as you can see, this
Ooh.
animation of him getting up there
あ
is very,
そう
very
なんです
slow.
ね。必
This last hit can
須
be pretty tricky. Nice.
なんで
Wanted to make
すか
sure。he was basically right on top of the mosquito.
ラブリー決め忘れてるぞ。だから
Otherwise,
まる
it's
で
AGDQ. Also, nice
あ
little
って当然のよう
forward
に
throw screen. I didn't know
な
that
って
was
き
a
てます。
thing.
Yeah, if you crouch during those,
Oh,
you
it
can't.
won't.
Otherwise, you lose control, and it just makes you
Oh,
stand
yeah,
right
bet.
there.
Things you learn every day.
Now they're best friends.
Yeah, so I don't know what this tells you about friendship, but
You gotta beat someone up first before they can become your friend, right?
ラブリー。
hell yeah, dude, let's go on an
Yes.
adventure.
こう助けた
It's a pretty important
キャ
adventure
ラクタ
because I
ー
can't
と
swim in this game.
助けた
Yes.
Rayman
和
1
解
can
しました
swim.
ね。
Rayman in Rayman 2 can with oxygen. Rayman 3 can do it without oxygen and can
こ
do
う
somersaults.
一緒にね和解したキャラクターと
Rayman, just for whatever reason,
組ん
he's,
でステージを
never
攻
used
略
to
する
water. It's actually kind of
王道
interesting
で
screen 'cause you might think like,
なかなか
oh, it's a slow auto
いいですね。
scroller. It's actually it will
優
scroll
しい
the
世界。
screen slower and faster depending on when you
あ、でも
Rayman
何に配置
Zero
が
actually hit triggers
厳しい
like
ですね。
lines on the screen.
なんか
So
普
you
通
see him
に
actually
真ん中に
moving
トゲが
back to try to stay
設置
away
されて
from
ました。
those triggers that make it slower, and then moving up to the front of the screen to hit those triggers sooner that will make it go faster.
最
So
初に
you're
ね、
elongating
圧
the
をかけ
sections
て
where it's fast,
あだんだん
and
と
more shortening
優しくして
sections
い
where
く
it's slow. Pretty
こうやっ
interesting,
て
and
ね
it saves
あの
quite a few seconds.
心
There's
を
actually
掴んで
two trigger points at the end. One
きっと
that
そういう
slows
ことなんで
down
しょう
and
ね。
then
Yes.
one that breaks the auto scroll completely. So you have to be in a specific spot to move forward and not get hit by the camera.
People always think right here, you get this is the second power up. This is power to hang
Double
from
jump.
ledges. Yes, it's a double jump. Is what it looks like.
See?
Yeah,
Nobody hung.
it looks. It was like, oh, that's cool. He got a double jump. Nah, it's much more mundane than that.
かわいい。
Grab onto a ledge, which is odd because you can hang from things.
お、また
It
新しい
branches out
スキル
here.
覚えた
Bongo
んですか
Hills, if you go into Bongo
Double
Hills
jump.
now, you won't have the power to grab rings.
いいですね。
We would otherwise have to go through this all over again, Bongo Hills
お
all over again.
崖つかまりを
And
覚
then
え
the
た。
next, like 2 stages out, you can't even, get through.
だんだん
Twilight
と
Ghost
できること
without
が増えていく
power
と
to
すごい
hang,
楽しいですよ。
grab rings anyway. So we go naturally
あ
to the left
ー、試しにやってみようみたい
to
な。
avoid that. So you
なんか
can't get the
こ
power
う
to hover yet.
RTA で
I would think
ダ
you
ブル
have
ジ
the
ャンプ
power
って
to
なる
hang
と
before you could hang out
ス
with
テージブレイクみたいな
No doubt.
そういうのの前兆かなって疑っちゃいます。
This is well, again the first of two branching
やっ
paths. I
ぱ
thought it
横
was
ス
good.
ク
I
ロールと
liked it.
か
I
こ
liked
う上に登っていく系だか
We got an auto
ら意外
scroller
とそんなぶっ
here.
壊れにはな
Super
ら
cool
なさそう
music.
な
Love the
感じもあり
soundtrack
ま
in
す
this
ね。
game. But it's one of the few auto scrollers that's pretty legit just an auto scroller. So April, if you want to go ahead and read a few donations, it's probably a good time.
Absolutely. We have $5 from Grizzly Zen, donating from my boy Glackham, and don't forget to flip it to the limit. Best of luck from San Diego. $5 from Game Boy 736. Hey Glackham, good luck for your
そうです
run. I
ね
don't know if
プレイ
I
ステー
already
ショ
wished
ン
you a happy new
初代
year,
プレ
so
ステ
there you
の
go. Also have fun
ゲーム
everyone, and good
らしいん
luck
で
to
す
the
けど
rest
も
of the runners as
かなり
well.
細かい作り
We
になっ
have
て
a
ます。
$50 anonymous poem. Jackets are red, glitch clouds are
エ
green.
リオ
Are
ン
green. Oh my goodness,
そう
I
です
can't
ね
say poems.
あの
But Glackham wrecks Rayman
エル
from what I have seen.
明日の
That was a sick poem. I'm not gonna lie. So this is the first really
午前
difficult
9時
screen
25分
in
から
the run.
らしいです。
Having
この
to
ままいけ
land
ば。
on those little ledges to stand with the enemy, and then take that damage and actually hit the plum
ちょ
from
無理
the
だな。
right side. And this will naturally load it on. There used to be old strats where you'd use that
そうなん
plum
です
that's
か。
on
サタンにも
now in the middle. Instead, we're going to use
結
it
構
here.
人気なんですね。
Punch
さっ
that
き
plum from the top. This is going to allow us to catch this
どっかで
cycle
結構
from
有
the
名だっ
plum
て
one
話もあったん
earlier
で
and also make it a lot safer.
Those
Yeah,
plums
'cause
are
it's just
sweet.
like right there.
Nice. You just walk right off of it. So that was actually a really well executed
Yeah,
screen.
really sweet plum.
Very easy to take a death there. Especially even right there at the beginning. So this is a mechanic of the game
あ、そうなんで
that's,
すか。
that
話
we
題
should
にな
probably
ったんだ。
explain. So you might notice like why are these things
僕
just
も
spawning
ストーリー
seemingly
全
out of
然わかんない
nowhere?
んで、なんとも言えないんですよ。
All sorts of
多分
objects
仲間を
in
ね
this game,
救
whether
出
it's
し
one of the
救
cages
出し
that you
て
need to break,
でボスを倒す。
enemies, platforms that you need.
多分そ
Yeah,
んな
they spawn
感じの
once
王
you
道
get
な
these
ゲームなんじ
random,
ゃ
and they're
ない
not
でしょうか。
actually random,
を
but they're
10作も
seemingly
出てる
random triggers just on the screen, invisible triggers. He makes sure to walk off of that to catch those vines and punching that
人気の
last
作品
stage
で
in
す
the air as
ら
he's
し
about to hit.
らしいですね。
But
人
yeah,
気の
he has
作
to
品なんです
just
ね。
know where all of those are. Obviously, we've been speedrunning it, but casually that can be extremely frustrating when you
あ、
have to find
そう
all
なんだ。マ
102
スコッ
cages to
ト
beat
なんで
this
すね
game。
本格的にこう
and
ミ
they
ッ
hide
キー
that
じ
in
みてき
ways
ました
like
ね。
that. So
I like to call it quirky.
that's a really nice word for the death
かわいい。
one. But yeah, this anyone who's played it, yeah, this game could be a little challenging, a little difficult. And the speedrun definitely gets even further
で
in
も
that direction.
見た目に
Lots of
関して
really
難易度
cool,
は結
difficult
構
strategies that the Rayman
高いです
put
ね。
in over the years.
こういう
Also,
乗り
thank
継
you
ぎ
for
とかも
showing off that animation.
なかなか
That is a power up.
厳しくて。
That's a power up. No, you can actually get that from the start. Sorry.
Yeah, that's one you
Oh.
don't have to unlock.
Press circle,
Funny.
you can do that. It's pretty cool. It doesn't do much. So here we got a plum skip.
What
He's
am I
gonna
doing?
Yeah, gotta go ahead and take this. Bit of a safety again. He can't swim. He's gonna jump off the plum at a certain time here to actually lift him up. Because if you're on top of the plum, it naturally doesn't go as far. Yep, made sure. So you can see him jumping off of it to try to allow it to push him forward a little further each time.
Yeah, it's pretty uncontrollable. I try to keep on it as long as I can, because if you get a high bounce, like every time it bounces,
1時間30分が予定時間なんで、結構長い感じなんですね。
Pretty scary strat right here. He wants to just spawn this cage, and now he's gonna have to make sure.
難しい作品だからこそこうスピードなんで入るっていうのも全然あるんで、こういうとこから見てそんな感じあります。
Okay, yeah. So that would have been if he had completely done it correctly. He could have caught that last lily pad. Not a big deal. Just wasted a few seconds there that early cycle. This is a screen that is actually also very perilous. Because we don't have the run ability yet, it gets a lot scarier. Yeah, taking that damage boost to set himself up a little bit better.
なんかダッシュをね覚えるらしいので、それまでは
But again, lots of cool strategies they had to work
のんびりと
You're gonna see him actually
見守
turn
っ
to
て
the left right here.
行こうぜっていうそういうこ
And
となんで
that's
すよ。
actually going to manipulate this camera cycle to catch this plum right here.
マリオ&ラビッツのラビッツはもと
Now,
もとレイマン
usually
のキャラ
on this little section, people will
そ
find
うそうなんだ。僕はちょっとマリオ&ラビッツを
That's
ラビ
too
ッ
early
ツ
for this.
わかんないんで、
These are
そっかーみたい
that's
な
some
こと
pretty
言えない
manly
しか
cycles
言え
that
ない
he
んです
goes
けど、
for right there. Usually people will stop just a little bit more. We'll see how this looks.
結構後から出てくるんです。
You can jump through that platform right above me to the right here.
Yeah,
If you
you-
punch it at the same time as it's dropping down. Assuming
そ
you're
う
close
割
enough.
とギリジャンと
This
か
all
も
just, especially
要
when
求
you
され
go
るよう
up through
に
angles, you
な
can
ってきて
jump
ますね。
through a lot of platforms. But plums, I mean, the way they fall, it's not actual RNG, obviously, but it's almost like practical RNG.
ちゃん
I
と
call it, 'cause
基
it
本
is,
的な動作
like
を
Lex said, it's very
求められ
fun.
る感じ
They
みたいです。
basically every pixel you hit it at a different time.
Right.
So and it changes drastically depending.
当たり前のことってやっぱ
Is this our buddy?
むず意外と難しいですよね。
Yeah, okay, so the lore I made up was that, all right, this one's the good guy, but he's being like controlled by the really bad mosquito that we're
Yeah.
about to go fight.
He's sad. He looks pretty
Spoilers.
sad to me.
So they're making him carry this big old plum to kill you. If you make, obviously you don't want to die on the screen. And that will cause
最後は
that.
ラブリー
We got coming up here. He actually has to make sure he doesn't go too fast
Lovely.
there at the very end. Otherwise, you can go off screen and it will kill you because of the,
ラ
the
ラブ
lines
リー
propelling you forward.
そうですね。
You jump
ちょっと
off.
こ
So
う
they just have to stand back.
愛くるしい感じがあって、
If you want to
Lovely
actually get in
を感じま
one
すね。
quick donation before we get into this boss as well.
Absolutely.
お
I do
エルマタドール
have a
の
quick donation
ダイジェストが
from Trickster
来たらしいですね。
donating $50. Rayman is love, Rayman is life.
とても
Here's
ね
to a leg
面白い
run
作品なん
and
で
good luck on the run. It's time to
見
save
逃
the
してしまったって
world.
方は
Oh, and
ぜ
Runner's
ひ
voice.
見てもらえると
So this is Mr.
すごい
Okay.
すごい欲しくなるのではないでしょう
Some reasons?
Was this his original appearance?
Yes.
な So
ん
for
か
this
昔
boss,
聞いた
he
話
has
では
obviously set
ド
or
ッ
not
ト
obviously, but he has
絵
set
ドッ
patterns.
トゲーム
A lot
作
of
る
the
よりも
spiked plums
3D
he's
の
got,
方
he'll
が
drop as
安
soon
上
as
がり
you're
だっていう
underneath them. So you're
そういう
gonna see
話聞いた覚えあるん
moving
ですよね。
across the screen in order to make them drop sooner and sooner.
See, I thought those were star fruit.
ラブリーはもうちょっと先にもうちょっと
I
後
think
なんで
the
ない
dev
でしょうか。
name, I think, well, the ones that I know, is called spiky fruit. Oops.
It's okay that he's taking some damage here. He has a little bit of leeway. Normally in the rest of the run, that's not going to be the case. The health management's going to be pretty tight. Right here,
そう
he
なんで
doesn't
す
really
か。
matter too much. Now you might wonder, oh, Glack sucks. He just missed
え
hitting him right there. That's
だ
actually
ダイジェス
to
ト
manipulate the boss right there. If the boss hasn't been hit
よく見るとちょっと
times,
意外な感じで
you
ラブリー
have
で
to
す
hit
ね。
him in that top middle spot.
そうラブリー
Oh,
の
you're supposed
感
to
じ
have
どころ
another
が
hit.
ちょっと
So then he just goes right back to
上
the middle, and you
級
don't have to
で
watch
す
him
ね。
slowly move up to this top middle position.
あ、なんか上の方
Yeah,
の
we got just a
と
couple
ころに
more
ある
plum phases.
ビデオから見られるらしい
I
で
guess
す
we
ね。
go ahead.
これ
Yeah,
ね
you have
僕
any
ちょっ
more
とあんま分かっ
donations?
てない
You
です
can。read a couple if you want to plug in
申し訳ない
this
です。
I have a beautiful donation from the Rayman Discord,
Hey.
donating $120. Hey everyone, this is the donation money the Rayman
Ah,そうなんだ。
speedrunning community has gathered during our annual Rayman speedrunning marathon back in December. Thanks again to Spike Vegeta for letting us host the marathon on his channel.
まだ序盤なのに結構難しい感じで攻めてきてます。屈伸してる。煽ってますね。
Hell yeah. Thank you, shouts to the Rayman community.
ちょっとこれ
So
は
I'm avoiding the
ラ
worst
ブリー
here,
が
which is not having
ないのでは
rings.
ないでしょうか。
Now I have rings.
屈
Oh
伸
my
青
god,
して
with
ます
her?
ね。
That's a lot.
That's a big commitment.
These rings now being able to grab onto them.
やっぱりね、
He's going to be
こ
using a
う
technique. I believe you call it speed
逆
locking
に
now.
こ
Yeah,
う
we've called it different
あ
things
えて
over
ね
the years.
踏むことで、
But basically, for whatever reason, as awkward as
まあ
it is,
親しくない人には普通こういうことしないでしょっていう
as he's jumping off
こ
of those
う
rings,
逆の
he will actually
感じ
be
で
able to
攻めてきて
maintain
る
more
そういう可能性も全
Doing
然
a
あり
recoil
ますしね。
boost right here. The run starts getting a lot faster once we get into this section of the world. You can see we got these slippery, icy platforms. Nice grabbing that ledge right there, setting himself up perfectly. Now going across, if he lines this up perfectly, he should
お
be
すご
able
い。
to
こういう
clear
滑
take all that
空
momentum
か
very quickly.
滑
Again,
空
we
で
don't
は
have
な
the
いな。
run ability yet,
これなん
so
か
we
レー
want
ン
to
に沿っ
maintain
て
this
ささー
icy
って進む
momentum
系
as
僕ちょっと
long
苦
as
手
we
なんですよ。
can. So that was a really nice first screen there by Black. Great
こ
job.
う急にバッバッって出てくるの
Yeah, I
が
was
な
gonna
かな
say,
か
let's bring shout
対処
outs
し
to
に
the
くくて
audience out here, by the way. It is butt o'clock, and
何
they
回
are
か
out here supporting.
That's
ミスっちゃうことも。
So those mosquitoes there, they're the greatest offensive linemen. They are rough to get over, but he knows
They
when.
can track you down vertically.
頭今
flash.
頭今
Yeah, I'm gonna beat you up,
こ
and they do.
うなんか言
We
わ
got
れ
a
てみれ
huge
ばだんだん
skip
バナ
coming
ナ
up
に見え
right
てきました
here.
ね。
He's actually
なんだよ
going
な。
to make sure that
あ、
he works
大
those
丈夫です。ありがとうご
platforms
ざい
in
ま
a
す。
very specific way to fall off, get the right iframes because you don't get a lot off of them right there, and be able to jump up and get that cage early. Otherwise, the game wants you to go all the way to the end of the screen, spawn a cloud
だんだん
platform, ride it
こ
all the way back across.
うなんか言われてみれ
and
ば
then you can
バナ
get
ナ
it.
の
The
皮
whole
に似
thing
てき
went
た。
by kind of quick there, but yeah, it's actually
確かに。
really specific how you have to manipulate walking on those cloud platforms to get the right damage boost and be able to get where you want to go.
You also have to
お
make
お、
sure
そう
that
だ
you
な。
are
RT ですもんね。バ
yeah,
ナ
you
ナが
reset
っ
your
てまあ
momentum there, 'cause
不思議
otherwise
だ
you'll
よ
actually
ね。
get
む
stuck
し
on the
ろ
cloud.
ないとおかしいみ
Also,
たいな。
whoop,
Oop,
whoop.
there we go.
Well, I'm
yeah,
gonna
that's-
do the same thing here. If you hit a wall here, you can just do this.
Ball skip.
こう乗り継いでいく系。
Actually, very precise. It's
Actually.
like right in between the pixels.
Yeah, you called it TAS balls.
セーブ
didn't
シ
you?
ステムはなかな
Yeah,
か
I
いいです
learned
ね
it。from the TAS of this game.
かわいい
It's actually
可愛くて。
extremely insane, all the things they can do. I mean, it's
なんか
Oh,
いや
it's
なん
a very
か
TAS-only run
判
for
定
sure.
がきっと
but yeah.
絞れたんですかね。
A lot of that, you'll end up touching all of them.
All
as
right,
you go
big
down.
zip coming up.
Yeah,
Yeah.
big old one. Here we go.
Here we go.
写真撮る
Sprawl
とき
underneath.
に
Whee!
やっぱり壁抜けるじゃないかな。
Yeah, Glocko's got a little different setup there.
Yeah,
doing it.
basically I do it the
Masaka.
same way I do the you jump over a ground tile while you're like on that sprite rocket,
め
like on the corner of the rocket, and
めっちゃ
it just, the game gets confused, and as soon as
あれ
you crouch like underneath the ceiling, it just zips you through.
や
It's the
っ
only
ぱり
time
壁
it
抜けるじゃないか。
Utilize a little damage
ちょ正
boost
体
right
を
here.
表しましたね。
Over to the right. Now this is one of the biggest skips in the entire game. Is right here.
Okay.
All right, nice. Made the big skip. All right.
いやー、
I
ちょ
don't
っ
know
と
why
ね
these enemies
あの
are so mean. I was told that everyone
油断してま
was
したね。正統派と見せかけて
That's what everyone out here is thinking. No,
壁
so
をね
that is a usage of
入
that
に行っ
technique we
て
just talked about.
抜けていきましたね。
Speed locking in combination with another piece of tech called
Tether boosting.
tether boosting.
Basically,
や
I'm
っぱ
just
り
trying to get
RTA
it
に
very
な
far, like,
RTA である以
from the
上
ring as I punch it, and
壁
to get
は
that tether,
抜けるものなん
like,
で
very
しょう
far
ね。
tether.
Yeah,
And in general, it's like there are a lot of angles in this game,
right.
and you have like any specific point, I'm gonna be jumping at a different time, punching
や
at
っぱ
a
りラ
different
ブリー
place,
がダメだな。
getting a different angle to get more height or less height, anything in between.
Yeah, so with that, he's able to
今の
flip himself, gain that kind of
足場
very
の乗り継ぎも
violent,
結構難
basically
しそう
putting
で
you
したね。
almost in run speed, even
ジャンプ
though
と
you
同
don't
時に
actually
攻撃が
have
飛んでくるから
run ability yet to have a lot
下
of
手したら
momentum to be able to get over there.
パスパスパスってやら
A
れ
bit
て
silly, you have just enough iframes to actually take
画面
that
外に
and
落
go
下し
across.
そう
You're
な
not supposed
感
to
じあ
be
りました。
over here. The game normally intends for you to get turned into tiny Rayman.
RTA で
Over
壁
here,
抜けしないわ
that's
け
why
ない
you
だろ
wanted
う。
to actually take the death
そう
afterwards
だな。
because you're just kind of stuck over there otherwise. It's a good
や
thing
っぱり
there
RTA がね
is that
壁抜けしてなんぼですからね。
Not a lot of RNG, plenty of manipulation.
No doubt. This enemy here sucks. What's up, dude?
See ya.
That guy will kill you so many times.
あ、でも、
the first time
だんだん
he
と
plays.
こう、難
That's what
し
this
くな
game
って
just
き
in
ましたね。
general.
Yeah, I'm not sure you could get this far on your first playthrough.
There was someone I talked to
正
last
直
night, another
今
writer
の
who
ところ
was
と
like,
か
oh my gosh, I love
初見
Rayman.
で
I was like, are you okay?
なんかノーミスで突破できる
Like, I
自
love
信
this
が
game.
ない
I'm
です。
I'm an idiot.
I love the idea of Rayman.
Yes, that's a good way of describing it. Like just like just all the aesthetics. The game's really pretty and colorful. Who
Good
can't
sound
love
effects.
Bandland? But man, this
Kawaii.
game's hard as balls.
Interesting thing about Bandland is that the original boss was actually
確かに
Zuba.
この作品でも結構っていうかほぼ全部目ついてますもんね。
Decided to opt out and put a sax in.
Oh my god, please tell me you're not memeing and that's the truth.
I mean, as far as I know, that's the truth.
あ、そうなんですか。
Yeah, I'm a clap for that.
シリーズ通して難易度が
You
高い
gotta
んで
watch
す。
out. Those music notes are pretty sharp.
Ooh.
いやそ
I
うい
am
う
not
引
gonna clap for
き
that.
でって、
I'm sorry,
gonna-
that joke fell a
Caveman's
little
up there.
Game.
We're gonna be like,
Justおかしい
I hate you.
マジで。
Unapologetic.
I'm holding
Oh.
back so much.
I
Action.
just saw a hand. I was proto. I'm sorry.
初心
Nothing you
者
guys
さん
know
は
is good. All right, so it's very
頑張ってね
specific
みたい
right
な、
here.
なんかそういう感じなん
He
ですか。
wanted to make sure he took damage off of the lightning bolt, not actually just the enemy
They
right
give you
there.
like no iframes at all.
Yeah, it's like 2 iframes. You need more
そう
than
です
2 to be
ね。
able to
これ
get
か
it.
ら、これから後のゲームはね、もしかした
Turns
ら
out.
壁抜けない
So
か
a
も
little
し
just
れません
basic
ね。
mechanic we haven't
全
really
然
been
可能性あり
talking
ますよ。
about is all the stuff going on in the UI right now. You made sure to pick up that power up right there.
Assuming I get Allegro clip anyway.
Yes. We will see that coming up very soon.
Trickster donated for this.
もう
I'm doing it. It's happening. First try or no try.
All right, I believe in
Got
you,
this.
dude.
Here we go.
Your entire speedrunning career comes down to this moment.
あ、なんかスキルで
It saves 16 seconds.
好きなタイミング
It's
で
pixel perfect,
雲を出す
specific
能力
speed.
とか
Here's
手に
hoping.
入れた感じなんですかね。
No, it didn't get it. You have to. It's like right on that like top of the slope there. Otherwise, no, nothing.
You're going pretty fast. It's pixel perfect. It's frustrating to get to this part in the run for sure.
Interesting thing about this game is that with the slopes and the ice physics almost,
あ、
the
こ
Jaguar version
ういうの苦手だけど
has that
すごい楽し
for
そう
some。reason.
Yeah, for some reason they took it out, which makes this screen
ソニ
a lot
そうですね。なん
longer.
か
This is-
ソニッ
this
クみ
is
たいな
really cool that you
感じ
get
あ
to
る
go
ね
this。fast. And by punching backwards like this, you genuinely get these awesome recoil boosts. He's gonna try to get this specific jump right
Okay.
here.
Cool.
Nice.
Dude.
Made that
The,
jump.
そうなんで
the
すか。
fist boost helps buffer that.
じゃあスキルとかじゃなく
You
て
can do it with walking,
ギミックだっ
just-
たんです
just
ね。
straight up walking, but it's only like 2.2 seconds faster or something like that. Ooh, okay, hold on. I want to.
Yeah, he's
I want
good.
to get this.
Yeah, trying to set up another clip right here, see if we can get it.
Okay. I
It's
don't think
pretty
I'm getting-
specific though. I believe.
No, I was
Ah,
close.
Yeah.
But
Again,
I didn't
a
want to
lot
get
of
that hang there. That's what.
あ、
bumped
こ
me
こ
up.、
ここ
Needles, like,
難しくないか。
Sure. You want a very specific amount of speed to make it work. So
ワギャンっぽい
you'll。take a
僕
little
は
bit off.
ワギャンラウンドやったことないんで、
You
難易度
only
とか
tried
あんまよく分かってないん
this
ですよね。
I did.
It is- Yeah, it's pretty
そんな
easy.
に
It kind of blows.
難しい感じ。
I'm gonna clap. That was good. No. So yeah, this is an absolute nightmare the first time you play this.
なんか
because, again, you're dealing with these icy platforms.
なんか
But he was able to
昔
get
って
through all of
いう
it
のはちょ
first
っと
try.
おかしいけど、
Come here, he's gonna
プ
have
レ
a
ステの
specific jump to get this
初代
space,
の
you can get it.
方
Oh,
が
very nice,
すごい難しいゲームと
That is a
か
lot harder
多い
than
イ
it
メージあり
looks.
ますね。
That he
アク
caught
シ
it
ョンとか
without
特に。
catching a platform as well, able to keep his momentum going. Punch out this guy. It's the only one that we just have to get rid of. Sorry, dude.
If you go the other way, you'll probably die.
Yeah, it was a really good, really well executed screen right there.
So one thing to note: neutral jumps will give you both left and right lateral movement. If you are holding right here, you can tell right there. I just had no speed.
Right.
I'll do that pretty often, especially with slippery platforms, because if you jump neutrally on like anything, including slippery platforms, you won't have all the like it's a very uncontrollable to use
なんだっ
slippery
け、シリア
platforms.
スサ
I'm
ム
actually gonna take this.
Yeah, this is a
Yeah,
real.
it's,
This is one of the best safety saves in the game. This is generally a screen where if you played this
確
game as a
か
kid,
本
this
家
is
の
where
方
you
も
lost all your lives.
神風ボイ
Especially
ス
seeing
が
it coming
ボ
out
イ
of
スっていう
this
か
I'm gonna try smoke.
神風になりきってる方々がたくさんいらっしゃいましたね。
Nice. This is a very difficult strategy that you showed me yesterday.
Yeah.
We'll see if we can get it or
や
not.
っ
I
ぱ
mean,
この
it's
ゲー
pretty
ムも死に
self-explanatory.
覚えゲーなんです。お、
Close.
Oh,
Close enough.
that was still really good.
Close enough.
They decided in other versions of this game, they were like, oh, these tiny, slippery platforms over a bottomless pit. Whee!
おお、すごい。
Recoil boosting is so good. He's going to set up for another one right here. Oh. And then try to spawn this at the last second.
There
Very
we
nice.
go.
And then he's going to jump up here, jump out to spawn this exit platform. That was really well executed, that screen.
すごい。
I know you
足も
missed
す
the
ごい
clips
細
in
く
the
なりま
first
した
screen,
ね。
but this is a good Grow Presto so far. Speaking of clips, just walk into these spikes, and then you have just a little bit of room to just walk off as well. He's going to make sure he hits a certain amount of this slope to get a certain amount of speed coming down. Set up for a recoil boost here. Going to only duck when he has to. And he's, again, trying to jump here to maintain this momentum. Clear these enemies, clear under those notes.
Ah,
As that
なるほど。
will, as almost like a wall, stop you.
ダメージ
Set
を
up
来た
for
時
one
の
more
無敵
recoil
時間
boost
利用して
here.
すり抜けたんで
And
す。
we got the boss of this world.
Say
That is-
goodbye to him right now.
Yeah, that
If
is
you
the
have your-
last time we
say
see
your
him.
prayers. He's
Yeah.
gone.
Yeah, sure, we'd claim that. Yeah, why not? Allegro Presto is, I think, one of the most difficult stages in the entire
Oh yeah,
run.
you can lose so much time.
Yeah.
Like
Give it a new power.
16 seconds from the
Yeah,
first
right
one.
there off the
こ
start.
ういろいろ
This time.
難しいテクニック
We
も
get
要
this is
求
actually probably the most interesting
されてきて
power
ますね。
up when you
Yeah.
first play this. You get the power to use your
いや
hair
倒すっていうよりも
as a
ダメージ
helicopter.
で
Oh,
避
I
けた
can't
方が
use
早
my
い
hair
と
as a。helicopter.
Man,
I tried once. It
How-
didn't work.
Yeah.
Must be nice.
Rayman's such a cool series,
多分
man.
そうでしょう
You could
ね。
use our
お
hair as a
すごい。
helicopter. So
なんか
another brand, the other of the two
飛びま
branching
したね。
paths right here. He could have gone to the rest of that
紙で
world,
紙で飛びまし
but
たね。
instead we're going to move on to the Blue Mountains levels. Because at the end of the Blue Mountains, that will actually give us our fifth and final power up. And right there you
ラ
can see how
ラ
all
ブリ
this
ー感
tech
増
is
してき
starting
ま
to
す。
come
増
together.
してきてます。
Having the ability to get these tether boosts and
おお、すごい。
speed locking. I'll go ahead and take care of this guy. And then actually chain it off of other rings with speed locking, and then even go into your hover to keep that going.
おなんかまる
Really
で
cool speed.
髪の毛で飛ぶことが当たり前みたいな
The
感
noise
じ
that
の
the
方
helicopter
がいらっしゃいますね。
makes, it gets me every time. It's just, it's so funny.
A lot of sound effects.
All right, so I have just enough tings that I can actually make this. Like I'm gonna get a 1-up before I get hit. I did take a safety, like some safety health. I could jump over that like stone man from the other screen that I punched, but I'm not very consistent at that. So I figured, yeah, why not?
また
We're
紙の
gonna do
話
more
してる。
things and we're gonna get a 1-up. And speed locking is something that you can do on things other than rings. This is how it normally looks, by the way. You just like, you know, get very little speed.
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna come over here, you know, grab some stuff, and I'm just gonna hold up. And it just passes you by. I'm gonna try that again for another much more difficult trick coming up. Because I'm gonna use this with ring climbing when you just
いや、
hold
まだまだ
jump
これからですよ。
and get boosted up a bit.
大丈夫、大丈夫。
Down. So here we go.
ほら、RT でもよくあるじ
Very
ゃないですか。
nice.
諦めなかったからこそ、最後の最後でいいタイムが出せたみたいな。
Oh my god. you're so good.
何その移動方法は。
No, I'm really bad at puns. You should talk to Brosentia later. That would be good friends.
ダメージ
So
ブ
yeah,
ー
you
ス
can
トも
see how this
あ
game
るんで
goes
すね
from。like why would this be a cool speed run? It's like a walking simulator. All of a
すご
sudden,
い
like,
綺麗に
it's
飛んで
a
いき
pretty
ましたね
cool。speed run. Shouts to the Rayman community.
ふわー
Again,
って
gave us that awesome donation earlier for all of the cool tricks and everything they found in this game over the years. Right there, that's showing off why Glad
なんか
actually intentionally
すごい
almost
こ
hits there
う
at the end, kind of that auto-scroller
シンプルだけど
section, 'cause he wanted to
難しいっ
take
て
that
感じがありますね。
right there.
It's actually slower to have 1 health at that point. Because if you have 1 health, you can't do the animation cancel, which saves you like half a second.
Coming up here, we're setting up. This is one of 2 screens in the game where there's a second exit that you can use. This one's much faster and much cooler.
パンチ。
Yeah!
パンチ。
Good stuff, man.
あ、そこを抜
I was
け
trying to
れ
remember
るん
what
だ。
this screen was. Oh, okay.
So another thing to note, in the PS1 version, you will have
そうですね。
crouch controls. You have
すごい
left
綺麗
and
に
right button.
飛ん
Left
で
and
いき
right
ました
button,。and they will move for you, but you also have your left and right, like your normal
ちゃんと
D-pad. And you could just
基
kinda
礎の
like
基礎を
dash
求められる
yourself
みたいな
small
求められ
crevices
続けるみ
without,
たい
like,
な
any
なんか
real
そういう感じ
danger of,
の
like, messing it up
ゲーム
or anything. So I'm gonna be
な
holding
んか思いま
right
すね。
crouch button here, and I'm just gonna hold left and let go. Just like turn back. I'm gonna do that a couple more times later.
あれですね、ゲームもそうだけど、テクニックもすごい王道な感じがあって。
And again, trying to punch here right
鮮やかです
before
ね。
he hits the ground so he can get that aerial punch, doing 2 damage instead of 1 to hit each of these cages. So pretty specific there. Once again, going to do the same thing here. Little scary having to do this with 1 health, but he's got the power up right there to get him back up. Not only giving him refilling his
今の
health,
と
but
ころも
also
すごい綺麗
increasing
に
his max health back from 3
で
to
きますね。
5.
I actually held left on that
Pop, pop,
vertical
pop.
cloud there, or else you can't make that cloud cycle. You have to wait for
Manipulates
it.
a little bit.
Time for a little,
Random auto scroll.
5-second auto scroller.
why not?
Oh, that was a nice jump.
The devs thought that part just wasn't slow enough.
It's actually not that much slower than without it, but
おお、すごい。
the back of the auto scrolls will kill you, so it does add some sort of difficulty to it.
Nice damage boost right there to get out of the auto scroll a little faster. And then again, turn around. There's stuff all over the screen right there, but good weaving through all of that.
The hammers don't even have hitboxes. It's just the bullet.
ああ、上から踏んづけるっていうのはできないん
I
で
just
す
did
ね。
it the same way every time. Gonna take another damage boost right here. Again, not having to wait for this section. And now
ダメージ
manipulating
いっちゃう
this
んだ。
molten lava ball to break apart and then give you that damage boost. Yeah, he does have, as you can see, 1 health left right here. Again, our health management is extremely high throughout the run. He does have a
さっきまで
little, small health meter coming up right here.
すごいな。
Giving him 2 more health right there. And now
上に登るの
you
か。
can, a lot of it to know when you've spawned like a cage or something, you just go off of audio cues.
さっきまで踏めるって思い込んでたん
Just
で
touch that one random spot on the cloud back there,
だ
and
から
that's when he
狭い
moves
足場に
on.
敵がいても
Dropping
踏め
down
ば
to
いいじゃんって
another
思ったけ
damage
ど、
boost.
踏めないんだったら
Jumping
ま
up here, just
みたいな。
getting away from that blue spike, and now taking death abuse.
And yeah, if you duck, when you're at the last
Yes.
frame of an animation, you can actually cancel your
あ、そうなんだ。
your death animation on the sprites, like these spike balls, for example, and it'll save like half a
あ、
second. but
デ
we
スルーラ
We do
ー
a
ですか
couple
ね。
of potential death abuses, but most of them are in pits. So I'm gonna just take 2 damage boosts here.
He's a madman
Turn
for doing
left.
2.
みたいですね。
I'm gonna try to do
中
lava
間
fragments
点
in
みたい
here.
な。
I have to double jump.
そん
I
な
have to
感じら
jump
しい。
as I hover, as I jump onto this, and maybe no.
Oh,
Close.
good call on your part, though, dude. Again, a lot of that, not so much just like having a visual on screen. He's just done this enough times. Glad I'm putting a lot of work over the last year into this game in order to get it to a 120.
その配置じゃいや
Yeah,
ら
I
し
have
く
a
ないか。
120 flat. World record now. Thextera, shoutouts to him. He's a great guy. 1:19:31 is the current.
Wow, what a monster.
そうですね。思い出みた
glad
い
I'm
な。
putting in a lot
う
of
んそういう
work.
のときっと
So
掛け合わ
that
せた
kind
ん
of
でしょう。
showing it off right there, knowing, having that eternal clock in his head. All right, this was not fast enough. And instead of taking a death, was able to at least avoid that right there. Interesting, unique power
い
up
やで
right
も
here.
見
This
て
isn't
て
a permanent
いいです
power
ね。
up you're
すご
getting,
い。
but you can
見入っ
start
ちゃいま
just
すね。
flying forward actually and flying upwards with it. There's a way for him to actually get good speed right there that he's looking for, and he's got the good speed right now. Taking a damage boost again instead of having to slowly move up and to the right at that point.
浮いてるぞ。
But yeah, as long as he's moving up and to the right,
ヘリコプターになりましたね。
he's going to be having good speed going forward. I don't believe it's possible to actually catch that
You
cycle.
can, if you do it slightly different, you can actually jump through that without taking a hit at all. You can jump past that little like low ceiling that I
ああ、
jumped
なる
on,
ほど。
and you can hit
稼
it,
げる
but
とこは
it's
し
not
っ
very
かりダメージブーストで。
It is very difficult to control
距離
this section,
短縮していく
put on
感じなん
sort
で
of a
す。
specific rhythm and
死ななければいいみ
some
たいな。
instances to get through where you
Yeah,
want
this is
to go.
definitely one of the harder screens to optimize for
あ、
sure.
どうもです。
Every
今
little
は
thing
あれです
changes. If you get hit, you lose.
レイマン
Like,
ってい
you
う
have to like wait
海
for
外
it
です
to
ごい
like
人気の
reinitiate the
ゲーム
hover too. Every time you get hit.
やってます。
So if you get hit, you have to like wait for it to come back. Sometimes you'll probably get hit a second time. You'll lose like something like 3 seconds. Or 5 or 10.
すごい難しそうだな、ここら辺も。
Interesting thing about this part is, if it's your first playthrough, you might not know that you're cutting the ropes with your hair.
You have no idea what
But-
you're doing the first time.
Apparently, if you watch the title screen, it actually does show you.
Yeah, there's a
But
demo for it.
Who watches those?
I watched them.
I
also.
watched them.
Oh, well, there you
I
go.
watch them, and I didn't know that until you told me just now.
There's a slippery % ROM hack now out
Ooh.
that everyone can get.
ああ、なるほど。
If
I
you
wanna
watch
play that
if
when
you
I get
watch
home,
the
dude.
demo, it shows up
こ
and even in
これ
the AIs they do the
下に見えてるんじゃなくて
just, like, die and
All
stuff.
right.
Yeah.
ヘリで
Good
切
demo,
ってた
dude.
のか。
Once again, for everyone to know, Rayman can't swim, so we have to be
ここにつきませんでし
specific.
た。
We're gonna do basically a boomerang type thing here. We're gonna
そう
throw
だ
it,
な。でも
fall
回
out,
ってるも
and
ん
the fist
な
is。gonna come
言われ
back
てみ
to
れ
us,
ば。
breaking the cage on the way. As
切れ
opposed
る
to
んだ
just having to drop down there, break it, and go. So nicely
This
executed
is
there.
my favorite level
そ
in the
うで
game.
すね。
Your favorite
なんか
world. You
自
know,
分
I've
も
run my
プレステ
narrative.
1
I
の
like,
ゲームに
I
はす
like
ごい
this
難し
so
いア
much.
クショ
And
ン
it's
ゲー
got a
ムと
lot of
か
atmospheric
割
music.
と多いイメージありますね。
I'm glad you say the same
い
thing
や別に
because there's a
今の
common
アクションゲームがすごい
misconception that
難易度低い
like,
ってわけじゃなくて、
Rayman
が
as a
異様に
speedrun,
難
you
しい
don't
み
even
たい
get
な。
the run ability till like halfway through. So the first
制
half of the
作
run is
陣が
slow
本
and
気出し
boring
て
and it sucks, right? No,
泣かせに
a
来て
lot
る
of
みた
my
いな、
favorite
なんか
levels
そん
are
なゲー
actually
ムが
even
多
before
い
you have the
印
run
象がありま
ability.
す。
And maybe it's some of the creativity that you have to implement to go fast.
止まり
There's
ま
still
すかね。
so much other, so many other forms of speed tech that you can string together, and so many cool tricks.
So there's just like 2 auto scrolls here. This is a good time for a quick donation.
All right, I have a $50 donation from Lauren SW.
あ、
I forgot
大
how
丈夫です
much
か。
I
すいませ
remembered
ん。
Rayman until this run.
ありがとう
I
ございま
lost my
す。
wonderful mom to cancer, so thanks for championing the cause and for the walk down memory lane.
そうですね。なん
Donate to
か
runner's choice.
やた
I don't
ら
totally know what that
こ
means,
う
but
少
it's
な
kind
く
of
と
a thing.
も子供にやらせるレベル
I
じゃ
will
な
go
い
right
だろ
out
う。
here.
そういうのも
It is early.
たま
I'll
に
get there after.
見られる。
You're doing great for like 6 a.m. by the way so far. I guess we're up to like 7 a.m. at this point.
そ
So
う
you're
思わ
probably
ざる
powering
を
up.
思わざるっていうか、
Specifically
まあそう
wanted
思
to
ってしまう
punch
よう
that
な
enemy because it changes his
そういう
AI.
作
Like,
品
hey,
も
what
割
the
とあり
hell?
ます
And。then he starts walking forward.
I just don't like the way he looks.
あ、いえ、
Right here, we
なん
got
か
some snowy platforms
問題があ
which
った
count
ら
as
すぐに
ice.
言っていただ
Make
け
sure
る
that
と
he turned
こちら
back
と
to
し
the
てもすご
left
い
right there because he wants
助
to
かります
maintain that ice momentum going all the way through it. So, well executed there. You would think that the hover ability in this game would be maybe how it is in some other games. It would actually
あ
slow
れ
you
実は
down.
こ
You
っち側
maintain
の
all your
問題で
momentum going into your hover.
全
So it's a
然
great
動
way
いてなか
just
った
to
みたいになっ
keep
たら
that
す
going.
すごい
Right
ちょ
there
っと
again,
申し訳ないん
jumping
で。
and then hovering through that little area, pushing back left just a little bit.
So I'm gonna be doing a recoil
なんか
boost here that'll
キャラが可愛いのにす
like
ごい難易度が
ideally
みたい。
like normally all 4 of these platforms would have
ちゃんと
meteors, but
Ooh,
there's
nice.
triggers for each
まあ
one. You just kind of jump
今
over
まで
to
こういう
it
傾向だ
with
った
recoil
から
boost. It's
こ
pretty
こもこんな
consistent
感じ
too.
で
Just turn
来る
back,
のはもう
punch
分か
for
ってるよ
very
ね
short
みたい
time
な
frame.
なんかそんな
Works out.
感じのなんか
Again,
レベル
hover
の
out of
たまに見受けられ
the
ますね。
platform.
そういう感じがあるな。
Love him hiccuping every time he takes damage. So right there, there's a one-up that he could have grabbed right there, which would have given him a one-up, obviously, but also refilled his health. He's actually going to save it and just get this power-up on the screen after the first couple of hits. This boss is
そう
super
です
cool.
ね。
He's
趣
so
味
good.
覚えゲー
It
み
used
た
to
い
be
な。
such a boring boss fight because you have to just wait for him to slowly put the balls down on the ground. Instead, he's going to actually
なんか
jump up
なんかす
through
ご
those
い
balls,
可愛い
take
ボスが出てき
damage,
ましたね。
and then jump off of the top of them, and then
なんか
hover and get
あの
his
マー
punches.
ク全部集めないとラスボスのとこ
He's
に
putting on
行
a
けないらし
slight
い
delay right there
で
because
す
you。want to make sure that that next ball was on
僕も聞いた話なんでちょっと
Otherwise, it would have put him into a different attack phase.
まあそうなんですけ
Now
ど
he's
ね
gonna
み
put
たい
on a
な言えない
delay
んです
right
けど。
here, just long enough to wait for this thing to be active to hit again. Got another hit there. This boss is normally super slow. We got the Z curve right here. Timed it perfectly, jumped off of it, waited, and then got the hit right there. We got
あ、なるほど。
one hit left.
これ
Let's see
を
if he can get the last hit and have a
振っ
perfect fight.
て敵に当てて倒すみたいな。
Yeah, this
そんな感じ
last
なんです
hit is the easiest, but still, let's just confirm.
いいですね。なんか
It's like the only part of waiting we have to do. One
ボ
more
ス戦
damage
とか
coming
すごい
through.
可愛らしく
Very
て。
well executed fight there.
Crushed it.
There you go. I got all those last taunts in before it actually disappears now when we get the
The run
the run
ability.
ability.
Welcome to speedruns, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, just so many cool damage boosts that he used there to jump up and through the molten lava balls, being able to, or I guess those are just
Kawaii.
the regular rocks. But yeah, I don't know, go back and watch it. It's cool.
Cool.
It's a cool fight right
Yeah,
there.
now my taunt ability button is now replaced with this ability, so
So
very
sad.
言われてみれ
The
ば、あ
triangle button
確かに言いたい
does
な。
nothing,
そういうの
and
も
they
結
just
構
put it
多
on
いです。
there. I don't know why, but oh well. So now we have the run ability, our
おう、
fifth
ダッ
and
シュ
final
ゲッ
power
ト。
up. Before we want to move on to the last two major worlds of the game, we have to go back to 4 stages.
走りましたね。
to clean up all the
oh,
cages.
we have to go to like 4, and we have
Oh,
to do 2
4
more.
and 2 that we didn't
Yeah.
go to at all.
Those-
That's cool.
Yeah, they're
Story
much.
punch.
We're actually. This is when the route changes after this. We normally
そうで
you
す
would.
なんか
back in
僕はやったことないんですけど、
2015, you would
でも
go
見て
to
る限
the
り
four
見てる
stage
限りは
first
すご
to
い
unlock that fist,
難しそう。
and then go to the bandland stages that we missed. But
やっぱ
in more recent
途中からだんだん
we now go to
まあこのくらいはできるよね
bandland
みたいな
first,
そんな感じ
and
の
then
難易
the
度が
music level,
難易度
the
に
four
なってきて
stages.
ますね。
That is because we have a new tech called speed storage that was more recently
Yes.
found. If Spike wants to explain that beforehand. That'll be in a couple of, like, 2 levels.
We'll explain it once we actually get up to it. We got a couple of levels to go. Also, that jump is stupid impossible.
It's just as hard in the speedrun as it is casually. You know how it works. But I'm not, like, I'm like second in the world. I still missed that jump.
Yeah, if you don't know where to jump from, the first time you play this casually, you're going to be convinced you're missing something. Nope, you just have to jump from just a couple of pixels and throw it up there. I've always said that I'm convinced that the devs did it one time.
あれ、そこって一回しないと
They were like, okay, obviously, I guess
いけない
that
とこ
works out. It's
なんですかね。
Here we are
な
in
んか
Gong Heights. It's actually a very
なんか
scary
今の
but it's also
初見
very
で見つけろって言われたらちょっと
self-explanatory. They're gonna try to spawn all these
Very
cages.
なんか無理な感じ
But, you know.
あるよな。
Oh, is this a rough one for you?
For me, I don't know. I'm always practicing this,
手
but
厳
I
しいです
find
ね。
new ways to die every time. It's all over a pit. There's no checkpoint. It's all local cycles.
でもやっぱりどっかに
You just
ヒン
gotta
ト
do
と
the
か
same
隠されてた
thing
り
it should work
するん
out
ですかね。
if you do it well. There's some aisles.
ね、まさかわざと落ちて、あ、そうなんですね。RTA だから、ああいう生き方の方が早いみたいな。ちょっとそんな感じだったのかな。
You're also seeing a technique he's utilizing sometime all over the place. We didn't really get into it, but again, it's doing a very slight hover right before you hit one of those bouncy clouds, because that actually will maximize your height. It'll guarantee you the max height every single time you get
なんか、数珠を横にブワって広げて、足場作るのがちょっと好き。かわいいね。
Very scary screen that will kill you many times when you first start playing this game. With that, this is one of the last true auto scrollers in the run.
ちゃんと助けた記録は保存されるらしいですね。
Absolutely, we have a $10 donation from
さっきもチェックポイント通った後にわざと死んでみたいなことがあったんで、でもそうなんだろうなってちょっと思ってましたね。RTA のルート考えるのすごい楽しそう。
I don't know where. Oh God, I gotta go get that cage now.
I was about to give you so much crap, dude. I was like, what are you doing?
It was a surprise just for you, man.
おお。
Sorry, we can get in one more donation real quick. Or if you want to
So
plug
do
an
it.
incentive coming up, I know we got
I'm
fire.
good. I'm just still in shock over that last cage.
I
なん
know,
かすごい伸びましたね。
I was like, man, he really is tired.
We have a $10 anonymous donation. Shout out to Spike Vegeta for the great commentary as always. He definitely makes speedrunning more accessible and helped me to get into it. We have $100 from an anonymous donor. Welcome to 2018, year of the PB. Good luck, Glackham. Go fast.
Yo,
Got it.
nice.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah,
we get to do it again. All right. It's
ちょっ
gonna
と
show
楽
us
しいんで
just
しょう
more
ね。
mundane. Oh yeah, okay.
Okay, so we'll
空
go
を
the
飛
regular
べ
way.
てるぞみたい
So
な。
that was showing off a trick, but that's okay. I think going through this
I would
screen right here
like
is
if
pretty
I
cool.
was going through it backwards, I would clip right there, like right into that platform there. What am I doing?
Yeah, we still
確かに
yeah,
僕
a
も
little bit different
タケコプターもらったら
Normally he wanted to go up
こんな感じの顔して
kind of backwards way
空
from
を
aiming that
飛び回れ
Oh, that's
かも
free
しれません
storage,
ね。
by the way. We'll explain it, I guess, once we get more up to the end of the level. I honestly like. I was
また紙の
before
話
the
してる。
trick was like a thing. But basically, you have ways.
歓声が乗るのかな。すごい勢いでビューンって飛んでいきますね。
Different objects. Just certain pixels on certain objects. Also, big jump here. Ooh. No. Oh,
Okay,
we're back.
don't worry, we're fine.
Yo, here it is. We get to show off the clip.
Yeah. There we go.
No, nice. Yes.
Easy, easy.
If that was me, I would have lost like an hour to that. Instead, he just clips right through, and it's whatever. I'm convinced you're just doing this on purpose at this
お
point.
お。
But yeah,
抜
we're
けま
able
したね。
to store a lot of speed by going faster than max speed, utilizing the recoiling and everything we've got here. And that's going to be used particularly for the next level coming up to save a ton of time.
Yeah, there originally if you saw this back when Spike was around, you'd have to do this insane plum skip that works like half the time or like like never.
Yeah, you know, it's whatever. It was pretty hard. Also, best offensive lineman right there by punching and then jumping over him. That manipulates his AI to move down. You can tell
抜けた。
he's meant to make you stop there and kill him.
床抜けていきます
So
ね。
right here, he makes sure he got the speed storage right there. He's above. Yeah, you can see him going a little bit faster right now.
わずかな判定をすり抜けるみたいな、そんな感じなんですか。
you want to avoid going into a roll animation, so like jumping, running and jumping. That's why he just walked off the edge to take the death abuse right there. Or hitting a wall. So with that, he's now going to go back to
何も表示
Mosquito's
されず
nest
に
right
ここ見てた
There's
ら
a cage that's
あ
directly
これが
above
正規ルートなんだ
and
なっ
normally you'd
て
have to go all the way across
めっちゃい
right
そうですね
platforms, then go up, and then come all the way back across the other way. This saves like 45 seconds, so speed storage.
There you go. It's over.
And we're right there at the end. So speed storage, very cool technique.
Yeah,
Again.
but the problem is it's a very particular trick. As you said, there's those
Yes.
restrictions basically
ど
stop
ん
you
な
from
壁
doing
で
it,
も
like
抜けてみせるぞ
like
と
running ever if you wanted to initiate it on later stages.
Yeah.
あやっぱりすごい難易度高いんですねあの抜
There's
き
a lot
方
of different random texts that we use like every now and then, and this is one of them.
海外の奏者さんってたまに
In a life.
たまにっていうかなんかいつもこう
Thanks for a nice berry
なんで
run.
それ
Right, here's
見つけられたの
gonna
みたい
line
な
this up, throw
そういう
down.
バ
Oh,
グ
he
持
actually got it. Nice. So now
っ
he's
てき
going
ます
to let himself stand up, taking the damage boost just enough to knock him back like that. Hit this plum late. Come up here, get a little nice speed lock off of that ring right there.
Just drop down, punch this cage that just spawned because you were up on that mushroom platform, and then just go back.
Again,
through the
you
turn
just
sign.
gotta know.
The locks never even
あ
break on
そうなんですか
They just fly right
You
up.
just punch them and then they shoot up and then the bottom comes out.
あ仲間を助け出すことが条件でボス倒すのは別に
I
どっちでも
believe
いい
you
よ
know
みたい
for
な
this game.
そんな感じなんですか
So here we are in the last of the revisit levels, and then afterwards now he can go to Worlds 4 and 5 and finish up the game. But yeah, it's one of the only levels of the ones it's the only one that we repeat that we have to go through the entire thing. Because very conveniently, they'll put those exit pads at the start of the first screen of every level. Unfortunately, this is one where we had to go back through the second screen since that's where all the cages we're missing are. So it's okay because this Pink Plant Woods, first level of the game, it moves by really fast.
Yeah, you don't have run here, so everything's like kind of like made for you.
Yeah.
あ
But
そう
it's
なんですか
important to note
やっぱ最初は
now
こ
we're
う
gonna be getting another fist. We got one
あ
fist in
これ
Gun
できたら面白いよなみたい
Heights.
なそういう
Those
冗
are
談
the
が
two
始
stages
まる
that
も
we're
ん
going through without going through return signs. They're the ones where we're getting the fist that we're gonna be needing for one of the cages in. Basically, we're getting the Gong Heights thing, and we need it like 5 levels later.
Right, it's for the routing. We didn't actually explain like just what the fist power-ups actually do. The fist power-ups that are not gold, they kind of shine, they fade from silver to gold constantly. Those actually determine your fist speed, we call it. And it's also just like the length of your fist. Like when you punch, how far will they go? How quickly they come back to you. It affects a lot of little properties about it. That's actually going to be useful in this next
人
level.
気の
Yeah. There's 3 different levels. There's level 1,
ゲー
2,
ム
and
ほど
3.
こ
The
う
first
やっぱ
2
奏者
increase
さんも
length and
結構多いんで
speed and distance.
どうにかしてここ行けたらいいんだけどなみた
So
い
we
な
only need 2.
そういう
There, when you die, you
願
know,
望
you lose like
からこ
everything.
う
You lose your health. If you have
見
5,
つけ
you
出
go
すみたい
down
な
to 3.
そういうのも
You lose your
なんか
tings.
ありそうです
Yeah,
You
you
lose your
drop
fists.
Ooh, that's bad. Didn't mean to do that there, obviously. He's going to have to let these
Ooh,
guys make sure
what are
they
you doing there?
Yeah, I know. He kind of got left behind.
Yeah, it seems like a tough level. Looks like you're in for a graph fight.
Oh. Can we erase that pun?
I gotta sharpen my skills.
But yeah,
Oh
so
my
going through
God.
return
I don't
signs.
like that one. Yeah. So the reason why he exited the level right there is because that actually resets what he originally came into the level with. So that fist power-up level that he had coming in, now it's back to that even though he took the death right there, which would normally lower his fist power-up by 1.
Ooh, close.
Yeah, this is one of the scariest levels casually, and I would say even in speedrun, because you bonk the ceiling, it actually
でも
resets your momentum,
なん
and you're
か
going
持
over.
ってそう
You
な
got
方
spikes, you
は
got these tiny little
いそう
pencil
ですよ
platforms that he's standing on. Able to make it onto that, very nice.
Just like wait a little
や
bit
っぱあ
back.
れですね
Cycle
そうい
here.
う奏者さんのこ
Just hover so that you land on
情
that
熱が
device, 'cause it's
詰まっ
going
てる
down,
の
but
が
I'm going down slower and it
RTA
just
なんです
puts you on.
Grabbing
You have to
that
hang
ledge.
that so you don't like get stuck on that sharpener. Then you just that's the end.
完全にここはもう泣かせに来てますね
You'll die there 1,000 times you get there, the first time you get there.
This screen's a little bit easier, but it's also important because there are a couple points where I can accidentally get hit by these pencils.
Couple
and I
points,
want to...
Hey, you invited them on the couch, not me.
What are you doing?
I figured you like the puns.
They're sharp. Oh.
Oh, okay, you're part of it. My God, it is too early.
Oh yeah, see, like if I made that, if I ran in
Yeah.
there, yeah, I need both of my health packs to
Can we
my
talk about?
lives.
Can we talk about these enemies that are chasing us?
They're
It's
Like-
they're like they fly. They use frying pans. They use fish
Ooh.
bowls for helmets. I don't.
It's yin yang balls with eyes. Everything in this game has eyeballs. The wall will have eyeballs at certain
And then
points.
it'll shoot lightning at you.
that just makes sense.
そうですね
God, I love this.
このゲームもきっとすごい難しいゲームなん
The
でしょうけ
whole reason why we wanted to have a specific amount of
奏者さ
power-ups
ん
to
の
this point is for this
すごい
dumb
レベル高く
cage
て
right here.
サクサク進
Oh
む
man,
ので見てて
Subpixels.
気持ちいいですね
got it.
Got it.
First
Nice.
try.
Nice.
I'm clapping for the game
Yeah.
right there more
Yeah.
than you.
Yeah.
すごいとんが
Well,
ってま
you
すもん
can like if you want to see in frames, you
Why?
can actually use the AnyTunes as an audio, like a visual cue to like
Oh,
I
すごい
don't
の
know,
いる
do
な
something frame
Man, are you
perfect or
trying to make
something.
this about yourself?
No,
This
I'm
is-
not the one doing it that way.
Oh my God.
Thex
I knew you
actually
had
does
an
that.
ego.
や
Oh,
っぱ
really?
削りたての鉛筆ってすごい
I
チクチク
just
してま
punch
すもん
and
ね
pray.
Punch and pray,
Basically,
Oh.
that cage only works on an odd frame. If you hit it earlier than that, it just like if you hit it on an even frame, not earlier, it just won't work. So
Yeah.
unless you see in
Going-
frames, it's practically a 50-50
Must.
cage. We call it the 50-50 cage. And we have to go through here as big because if we're small, there's actually you have to go through this whole part to spawn that. And it's like way slower than just being big through this. We tried our best to route
そうです
out
ね
the small, but
Didn't quite work.
you can't
やっ
actually
ぱ
physically
楽し
get
くやっ
through this
てるのを見
part
るとなんか
without
こっちも
being big.
それ見て
I
て
mean,
楽しくな
without
る
being small here.
Yeah.
So
Nice hover right there in order to just hit the inky parts of the platforms so he could carry that momentum all the way. As you can see, the biggest problem with being Tiny Rayman, this is one of the first times we've actually seen him as Tiny Rayman. Is it the first?
no,
あ
we've
もし
seen
かし
him
て
a
こ
couple
れ
times.
石
We had,
器ル
okay,
ー
I
ト
couldn't think.
なんですかね
But
5
he
点
moves really
ちゃん
slow.
と
Whoa.
Yo, interesting
ちっ
first
ちゃい
try
ルー
right
トある
there.
もんね
I'm
This
gonna
is-
take a hit on purpose so I don't do this strat.
今のも
Just
なん
take
か
it.
の
Okay.
あれかなって思っ
Yeah,
た
I'm
け
just
ど
doing it.
So normally on this boss coming up
正規
right here on this
なん
next
ですか
screen, Space Mama, inner Viking
なんか
or Viking
ナギが
form.
正規でナギ
There
が
are 3 damage boosts that you would want to take.
RT 用の
but
ルートなの
as you
か
can see, he only has
わ
3
かんないで
health.
す
He
ね
said
だんだん
that
わかんな
also
くな
that
って
he
きて
specifically
ま
will
すね
not go for a hit that potentially would soft lock the game. Here at
Probably should have
GDQ
just done it on these guys,
I
but
was about to say, yeah, because now we could take damage here, but I like your gusto. This is fine.
yeah, it's the same thing. So basically, these guys would probably be a pain, but much like the moths, if you just kind of like punch them point blank, just kind of mess with the AI and get
おう
all the hits in, and without like any of the difficulty. And
海賊だ。
that was a very very strange bomb cycle.
Yeah.
They can go from anywhere to like 1 to 4, and they could be just like all spawn on the right side or not really go that far. That's one of the very few instances in this game of RNG.
Yeah, true RNG. The
There's a-
Rayman series in general and
ボコボコ殴っ
speedrunning
てます
doesn't have a lot of RNG to them. Go ahead.
But the only other point in the game where we're gonna have RNG is the Mr. Scops boss, which can just like variable different times to try to drop some
Sure.
platforms. Otherwise, I mean everything is either like slightly inconsistent because so many angles, 60 FPS, or just
ああなるほどそうやって攻撃するんだ
it's hard.
You
Hard
saw,
game.
You saw him
Go, go.
utilizing both of those
Go.
damages. Normally, you just wait. The knives come all the way down. You wait till she gives you the tops of the knives right here to bounce off of. Also, shouts to hitboxes.
Yeah, you can just like spin underneath it. You can just be under these things as long as they're just not like directly on the ground like these ones coming up. But if they're on the ground, you could just walk through them.
So if he had one more health, he could have gone for one
それ
right
刺さってないん
here.
だ
I didn't know you could do quite to that point. I guess it's the
Oh,
Even
this is
Sweet,
the
Jason.
PS1 version. In the PC,
なんか
they patched
す
that
ごい
out.
刺さってるように見えたけ
So
ど
you could have done one more damage boost like you did
全然
for
刺さ
the
って
other
ない
two
よ
right
みたい
here.
な
However, if the final knife does not get off screen before Space Mama does, then the game soft locks.
And it has to be darting. It can't be spinning. It has to be moving somewhere and not off screen yet. If you don't do it that way, if you don't hit it in the middle,
かわいい
you won't. This won't happen.
You won't dance.
You'll be able to walk around all that you want, but it's like your little utopia of
上に
never
登ってい
ending.
きましたね
You have to be able to dance, or the game does not advance right there. It's not a strat that, like, in actual runs that we worry about. But here at a marathon
Oh,
setting,
no.
we'll sacrifice the, like, 10 seconds.
It's
to
like
make sure that
it's
happens.
something like 12
今
seconds.
のはじゃ
Sounds
あ
like a mistake that would
運
cost
に
you
左右されないみ
armor.
たいなそのとこなんですね
I'll take it. I'll take it.
I just love, for every you not seeing Proto's on audio right now, she's giving thumbs up and thumbs down for each of these jokes. You're mostly coming in with a passing grade.
ああ、なるほど。
And you can see right here, he's been picking up a ton of one-ups throughout the run, and he's still sitting here just at 4 because there's
ルート
so
ポッ
much
チがす
death
ごい
and
丁寧
fall
ですね。
throughout the run.
Yeah, this is actually pretty good. I don't think I've died on accident yet. So
No, you haven't.
this is I'm getting
Good job
all this
jinxing
same.
yourself.
Yeah.
Just waiting for the
No,
just
no.
whiff on that pen right there.
Oh no.
さっきのボス戦でミスかと思ってたけど、普通にデスルーラの
It's a
準備してたん
50-50
ですね。
Yeah, everything's a 50-50 chance.
Either it
That's how
happens or-
probability works, right?
Absolutely.
Just don't get hit by that guy somehow.
そうですね。鉛筆とかやっぱすご
Leg
い
jump off of these again, maintain
画像とか
that, yeah,
そういうツ
trying
ン
to
ツンしてる
maintain
ん
that as
で
far as he can. And now off of here, he's going to speed lock and then hover to get all the way to that final exit post, as opposed to having to use all those rings right there. Lots of just subtle places you might not know if you haven't played the game a lot, where we're just skipping over platforms with that speed locking and tether boosting abilities.
There's a lot of just like subtle tech that might not be
いつ出るか聞き
directly
ますか
apparent in this
どうでしょう
game that you just don't
も
tell
う
I'm
そろそろ
doing
じゃ
that
ないですかね。
I'm doing because you have to, or because it's like some frames faster or something.
What is that hitbox right
Rayman's got a super thin hitbox right in the
When
middle.
you're ducking, yeah, like
Yeah.
he's mostly a rectangle.
Okay.
Like his body is a rectangle.
えー
As you saw right there.
今
on
の
display.
He can get into
抜けれるんですね。
Yeah, if you actually like, if you punch in there, it moves you a couple pixels forward, and it just lets you weasel in there. I don't think you can actually like hang without at least doing that once to get like that's the intended way. Besides, not getting hit by those yin yangs. Just to like, you just punch
す
them
ご
all
いですね。
down, punch in once, and it should work.
Nice.
That was an instance of me resetting off of the wall there to zigzag through, speed locking through this. Oh my god, I might actually get it. Alright,
So
so
there
we're
is
gonna
a good
avoid getting
guess.
hit by this anti-tune at all here.
Oh my gosh, he's already calling it. This is such a tight cycle you have to make.
あ、
it
判
all
定
out.
もしかし
That
て
was- I can't
影
believe you
根
got
元
that
に
issue.
判定ない感じ
Might
なん
seem
ですか
mundane.
ね。
The cycle for that starts really early on, so your movement has to be perfect through all of the flying through those spikes and the bouncy platforms. This one,
We're
a
coming
little
up on-
なんか
easier.
一部
We're
分
coming up
だ
on one of
け
those quirky
Just
moments
kill
of
him
the
判
game.
定
anyway.
抜けてる
It's
みたい
actually
な。
faster.
This is one of those quirky moments
So you
where you're
can
going
jump.
towards the end and a cage
Yeah.
just appears under
Yeah.
you. Like, great.
quirky.
Yeah.
あ、そうなんですか
That's the word.。
半分めり込ん
Because
だら
there's no way
大
to
丈夫
go
なんです。
back a screen.
Yeah.
So normally
よくそんなの見つ
casually
け
you're
た
like,
な
oh thank God, the end of the level, and then you
Yeah.
hear it spawn at the last second. Oh God, no!
There we
Nice.
go.
Oh,
Nice.
okay. So that's another subtle instance of how impossible that is casually to because all
No,
these
you
will
won't. You'll
naturally
just
bounce
you
back.
won't even
壁
know what
にめり
happens
込めない
until
と
you're bounced up.
Yeah.
避けられないけど、まあ、めり込むなら避
There's
けら
like
れ
a
るよ
no
みたい
sign like right up top. Like if you try to go right, it just says no.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, we got one more really convoluted cage that you
な
have
ん
to
か
get in
あれ
the
ですね
zone.
今に
Go
もこ
towards
う
that piece, spawns the one
地
on the
面を
bottom,
すっ
which
て
spawns
抜け
the
そう
one on
で
the left. That makes me go up top.
ワクワクします
Which
ね。
And then just a
eventually
random
spawns
cage
here.
here. Just there.
Why not?
And he wants to make sure that he walks off this inky. Wow.
Come on. That's some rudeness.
He wanted to walk off
Oh,
of that to have a specific amount of speed. If you run off of it, you're going to miss everything. And
No.
all right,
That's close
didn't
enough.
quite clear, but yeah,
I didn't die.
skipping all those platforms that are above that, instead just jumping at the right
Could
time.
have gotten
in
one
the
up
slope.
there. Could have gotten one up.
You could have had it, man.
You don't need it.
Space Mama's Crater, another very difficult level.
This can either be the hardest casually or the hardest speedrun wise. This or Allegro are generally the ones you would lose the most time on at top level. I don't know. I was bottom level at one point. This was just as bad, I'll tell you that. There are a lot of tricks that will either be very hard or lose you a lot of time. Not so much on this screen, but there is one cage that I'm going to be doing very, very specific
あ、そうなんですか。
movement setup there, and I
でも、そうだ、初っ端からすごい
Whatever. I'll tell you,
更
you
新
didn't
かか
like
ってきてます
decommit from it and go backwards. Alright,
It's actually
trying to
pretty
spawn.
hard to avoid this second eraser here. It's a little further. Ah, close.
Yeah, again, trying to with speed locking, just clear over. Again, holding up or down actually when coming off of those rings will actually just give you more speed. It is what it is. It's fun. So coming up here with this cage, It's pretty specific. He has a setup for
なんか
it.
こう
But
愛される
normally punch
う
up
ざさ
all-
みたいな
And then just punch overhead,
そんな感じ
hit that
あります
one
ね。
right as the
First
mouthpiece.
try. Oh my gosh. There's just a little itty bitty window where you can fit your fist in there and be able to break that cage.
Yeah,
Normally-
there's a pretty good visual cue for it.
Oh.
Just right on that top yin yang. If your hair is like just
すごい
passing
綺麗
by the
に
mouthpiece
抜
of
けました
that
ね。
third yin yang at the top, just punch. It'll work.
And once again, like you said earlier,
Yeah.
they put an exit sign right before that cage. All right, so this is one of the hardest tricks
今
in
の
the
も
entire
すごい
run. Some will say
難しそうです
the hardest.
ね
It's called Storm Air Skip.
本当にちっちゃい隙間
I only
抜
have
きま
one
したもん
chance at it now.
Try to get a big tether right here.
Okay,
and
got it.
still got
Nice.
it, ladies and gentlemen. Trying to fully extend. Also nice, barely clearing over that.
The
Ooh.
second hardest trick in the game, avoiding dying.
すごい
Don't worry, it's all downhill from here. Setting up that perfectly, then pulling backwards. He's going to want that health just in case right here. That should set up to clear all the way
Oh.
over those yin-yang balls. Still chilling here with one health. He said in the last level, I haven't unintentionally died yet. You are pushing it right now, my
Okay.
friend.
Well, there's a P-orb raid coming up. Either I jump over this anti-tune or I don't.
Dude, I swear.
I'm
if
not
you
gonna.
try- Yeah, I was like, man, don't jump over the anti-tune.
It was 50-50, man.
こんだけスピード出しても全
Thank
然
you for not
あそこ抜けるんだ
flipping.
普通に段差かと思ったら普通に降
Yeah,
り
you
た
can
ね
just like once they're semi-solid, so if you just hover, you'll instantly land on them. That's another thing I haven't discussed. There's a speed storage.
There's a
coming up,
speed
but
storage right here.
The clouds in this game, basically, the further, like the higher of your drop, the heavier you fall on it, and the further down it'll go, and the lower your height will be when you let go, when you get off of it. But with a hover, you'll consistently get the. Oh wait, I'm gonna do this just in case.
I like this safety save just in case.
確かに
And so generally, you'll see me like right before I hit a cloud, I'll
このゲー
always
ムはね
hover
プレステ
right.
1
Like
の
if I'm
初
below
代
it,
の
I'm
ね
gonna hover
ゲー
right
ム
when
ら
I'm
しいん
laying
で
above
ゲームらしい
it,
っていうか
like
ゲーム
right
なん
here.
で
Hover,
興味がある方はね
hover.
ぜ
It'll
ひと
get
も
me. It'll clear me everything perfectly
調べて
every
みては
time.
いかがでしょうか
They're a
Rayman
lot more painful if you don't know what you're doing.
なかな
You
か
almost- it- before
厳しい
we
難易度してま
understood
す
that trick, it almost felt random what height you would get off of the clouds.
So
わ
upcoming
同じ
is
ポ
a
ーズして
trick
み
that
た
I've
ら
been practicing for
歯が光っ
just
た
to show off for you guys. This is gonna be a. I'm gonna skip this cycle completely if I have my way. Hover here, do a full jump, hover, damage boost backwards, and jump off this.
Oh
Got
my
it.
gosh.
Nice.
It again, that might look a little more mundane. There's not nearly as much room to actually stand on those spiky platforms as you would think. So we had to
It's
angle
like
that very
right before
correctly.
the iframes are over,
Ooh.
like right before. You don't jump, you don't hover immediately on that ceiling to get the momentum back. It's over.
Another strat that was found after I moved on from running the game is the Space Mama strat. Normally, you had to wait on quite a few phases. You got in one per turn. He's actually going to do some tricks here to try to get double hits
ご
in.
ごめんなさい
This first phase, he's just going to try to get 4 hits in, hitting her just
Okay,
as her,
good.
as her
You have
iframes
to
come
knock
off.
her back at least one time,
Yeah.
or else she will actually walk into you if you do it
ど
the
うだ
fastest
ごめん
way.
なさいちょ
I
っ
don't
と
think you're
僕には
supposed to,
わかんないです
but it's like right there. If you didn't knock back, I would have gotten hit, and that would have made it much more difficult to do
Ah.
these double.
アーカイブスで配信されてるんですね
Okay, so
わ
basically,
ざわ
I'm
ざ
gonna stand under that
Amazon
shoe
とか探す
and fail that. Oh well.
That's all
Demo
right.
home.
This one's going to get a little more casual because, again, he does need to be able to damage boost on some of these.
Well, I'm not even able to.
敵キャラクターも結構可愛いのが多いです
So I can go for another one, but I have 2 health.
Yeah, I think, the round's been pretty solid so far. This fight is an absolute nightmare the first time you play it casually because you really just need to know where all of these exploding death pots of doom are coming from. The patterns are consistent. You know where they're coming from. So, yeah, you're just going to have to move around a little bit. We got her over
Nabe.
halfway through, but, yeah, she obviously goes nuts here with all of them coming through. Coming up here, he's actually going to be fighting not just her, but her washing machine that you see just awkwardly sitting back there on the screen.
It
熱い
hits
く
you
な
on
る
the
爆
way in,
発
by the way.
Yes.
If you're
な
on
ん
the
か
left
す
side of
ご
the
い
screen
あれ
and you
してた
hear
ら
the
判
first
定
time, it's just
が
gonna be a giant washing machine just
すごい
hit
ち
you
っちゃ
in
く
the
なるの
back.
かな
And you're gonna be like, what happened? And then it's there, and you're like, that's rude. But he does actually have a purpose. She's gonna shield herself here with this washing machine.
At first, when I did this, I always thought, back when I ran AGDQ2018, that you just had to hit it a million times. As it turns out, you wait until a very specific point when its iframes run out. So he's putting on that hover to fit it in right there each time to delay it as much as he can. Because
洗濯
she's
機
a
を
bit of a
縦に
jerk,
して
and she, right when the iframes wear out is when she's doing that shot. So,
And that can hit you too, right
Yep.
there.
again, this boss is a big, big jerk.
あ、もしかして食べないと
There's the
意味ない
cycle
感
right
じ
there.
な
Not
ん
a
です
big
か
deal.
ね
Have to go through one extra attack.
難しくない
Alright, you can do a damage just double hit here. She shoots out 2 lasers. Yeah, there we go.
Okay. You can't do that on the next one, can you?
She's only gonna shoot out 1 on the next one. It alternates between 1 and 2. If you don't know that, because it doesn't give you any idea that it's
洗
gonna
濯
happen.
機がかわいそう
But I just canceled out her attack there. I've been trying to do
縦に
that.
されちゃいました
Yeah, that's basically her trigger for thinking that she's done her attack, and that'll take care of it. Her trigger for thinking she's done the attack is whenever she yells out, "Huh!" So you want to just wait for that, either that audio cue or a visual cue you might have. Yeah, sure, we can clap. Yeah. That was a really good
お、喜んでる
picture city or whatever, like art world, which in a lot of ways I think could be the most challenging world in the run, just overall.
I missed it by a bit. I
yeah.
think I had a slower. I didn't have a fast enough fist there, maybe. So I'm gonna die here.
Yeah,
It saves a second.
saves just a little bit of time.
It also, I'm more consistent now that I have like the level 1 fist. I'm gonna be trying this ring climbing here to make sure that I
かも
punch
しれ
this,
ないですね
It's a
turn
big
back,
one.
ring
Yeah.
climb, hover,
Yeah.
hover.
Yeah,
Nice. There you
yeah,
go.
that's so good.
一応予想時間っていうか予想クリアタイムが1時間3
right there, right there. Setting up,
も
getting the
う
cage back
最後
here,
に
again, just knowing these
近い
very
感
random
じです
spots that will
おそらく
spawn
は
the cages. He's gonna have to wait here, but then something spawned behind him. Oh, the devs. Great game, but
Quirky.
terrible game.
Quirky.
Sure.
Quirky. That's the right word.
Speed locking and chaining off of those.
Okay.
That's interesting. He's going to speed lock to not have to mess. The red rings actually float downwards. They get a lot more
あ、
awkward.
そうなんですか
So just
あと
avoiding
3
that
面
altogether.
らしいですねでも結構ステージ多いですね
So this part of the screen, you just like there's like this vertical section. One of these can actually just hit you for absolutely no reason.
No
なかなか
reason when you're running
歯応えがあ
Second one,
って
so
いい
I'm
ゲームなんじゃ
gonna
ないでしょうか
just take a jump here.
Yeah.
これなんか海外でなんか人気のシリーズらしいですレイマン
Okay.
プレステ1のゲームで
You
す
can go through that whole part. Punch this. If you go further, you'll spawn a bunch of meteors
700 meteor balls. You don't
while
want
you're
that.
just getting pelted by this lightning. And you don't want to be stuck in that mess. So we just stay away from it.
なんか
We're going to do a damage boost here. Just punch this.
愛
Grab
嬌があ
this
ります
ledge.
ね
Run off and just
引きつけ
go
る
through
みたいな
those.
Nice. Yeah, weaving
That
your way
saves
through.
like
ヒントほとん
couple
ど
of small
ほとんど
little
ないんです
sections on
か
the right. I would like to say like 5
が
10
頑張って
seconds.
探してねみたいな
Right, and much just more awkward to get up there.
おすごい
And again, a lot of the jumping out, again, a lot of these moves might seem arbitrary. It's to trigger different cages. In that instance, it was also to trigger those cloud platforms. Do you think you can make this cycle? I forgot.
I
you
already
said-
messed. I couldn't. If I don't
や
jump
っぱ
directly
ステー
from
ジ
that
を
cloud to
隅
that
々
other
まで
cloud,
探して
it
くれ
won't
って
let
い
me
う
go off the right
おそら
side.
く制作陣の粋な計らいなんでしょうね
So we just turn there, hope that this cycle's like nice, but it wasn't. So another thing to note: these rings, when they're moving up, they give you a lot of height, but when they're moving down, they don't give you any height at all,
Yeah.
really. So red rings are generally not used when possible because of that.
They always sink. They always go down.
And so I'm just hanging around here. This guy's just gone. There's just things
Yeah.
happening everywhere. You can obviously you would stand on that normally, but
Sure.
you just want to
酷な
stay
計
for
ら
a
い
second.
Yeah. Cool little strat. Did you make that strat up?
いや
No,
そうですね
Oh, okay.
パッパッパってクリアしちゃったら
Alright, Eat it, Joe's.
すぐ終
Another
わっちゃいますもん
absolute
ね
nightmare level casually.
Classic level.
This screen. Go ahead and read
難しいくらいがちょうどいいみたいな
Okay, we actually have an anonymous $300 donation with no message. Thank you so much for your generosity. We have a $50 anonymous donation. Great work, everybody. Keep it doing the fastness. Mwah mwah.
Yeah, for whatever reason, the game's just like, yep.
そうですね。やっぱ
This
基
screen's
本
gonna
的
take a
な
while
動
to
作が
transition.
そうなんで、
Here, so okay, the light on this screen
ダ
will
ブルジャ
follow
ンプとかもあ
Rayman's
るけど、
pace. So he has to now just have the whole thing memorized, and
普
making
通
that mistake
に
right there at the
駆
beginning
使
is
し
gonna
ない
change a
と
lot.
いけないよみた
So
い
he's
な。
gonna have to make adjustments.
It's already over. We're fine. So I'm just gonna walk this because there's a bump and it could.
僕はファミコン時代を、ファミコンやったことないん
Yeah,
で
he just ran
あんま
into
り
the
つ
one
ら
up,
すと
which
かわ
will
かんない
always
んです
take
よ。
priority before
た
the
だま
water
あ
ball hits
世代
you.
的には
Again,
プレステ1と
there's
か
water and pits
2とか
underneath you,
あと
but
ゲ
if
ー
he
ムボーイ
has
アドバンス
memorized,
と
he's
かそ
able
こら
to
辺は
work
結
through it
構
pretty well.
なんか
Nice job there. This is
いい感
another
じだった
very
なってい
difficult
う
screen
記
coming
憶はあ
up
りま
right
すね。
here.
So this screen's very quirky. There are a couple. There's some ring strats that can lose you forever. If you're a casual runner, you might spend like I don't know, 30 minutes to an hour just trying to get this one cage coming
す
up.
ごいち
I
っちゃ
waited
いで
there
す
a
ね。
bit because these stakes that pass by will hit you on the fastest that you can go. So you just kind of want to wait back. So the cycles are fine. I jump here, hit the wall, so I get my
難しいっていう理不尽なのが多かったみたいな。
hit this ring, pass by.
Clear over all that mess down there
難
for
しいと
now.
理不尽履き違えてた
So
み
this
たい
is
な、
the,
そんな
this
感
is
じ
the
ですか。
part that it's a lot easier in the speedrun, unlike the one in Twilight Gulch, but this game expects you to do a lot sometimes. And this is one of those times. That ting is replaced with a ring in the PC version, but you have to get all the way over here with just like with your meager little, you know, bump of whatever you get, like you see just here.
今でも結
And
構
it's not
聞く
giving me very nice
ゲームですよね。
it's not being very nice
た
right
けし
now.
の
There you
挑
go.
戦状は
So imagine having to do that without knowing about the
理
tether
不尽な
boosting
分
technique where he's
やりごたえもすご
elongating
かったみた
by
い。
effectively
ここ
throwing the
登るの
fist
難しくない
over.
ここ
Actually, let's see if we can get this right.
ああ、
Oh
なんか
my
反
gosh!
動つけ
Wow,
て
very
登る
nice.
んで
And
す。
got the tether boost off of it
でも
coming
今
down
み
for
たいな感
bonus.
じでやらないと
That was a
登れな
really
さそう
sexy
な
looking. Good job.
風でも
But
ありま
yeah,
したよ。
again,
お
what's
抜け、
happening
普
is
通
he's
に抜け
throwing
る。
his fist above the ring, looking like he's whiffing.
あ、なるほ
He's
ど。
actually gonna throw it up and then get as far away from his fist as he can.
There you
む
go.
ちょっと理不尽だからこそ
Spawn
こ
the
う
cage and threw the fist
クリア
off
できた
screen to
時
hit it
の
and then getting his
ふと
fist
思うと
back.
みたいな。
Lots of really cool cage breaking strategies you can do with that. But yeah, again, throwing it above the ring, getting as far away from it as he can, and then having that
Oh.
really long tether to get
な
more
る
height
ほ
and
ど。
more distance
楽しみに
off of it.
待っています。
So I'm just gonna jump
待っていますって言い方おかしいな。
duck here
あ、
and
ちょっと
norm
見るのね。
if I was a
楽し
little
みに。
further ahead, it would just like your whole animation would
It
just
would
disappear
cancel it
and you
out.
would just be able to run through immediately. But now that we hit that plug, these alien platforms move. There's the bro one up, and we can move on. There's another auto scroll, so this is a very good time for donations.
Yes.
Speaking as an electrician, real quick, this level doesn't seem very grounded.
そうですね。なんか最近は、最近っていうのも、僕最近のゲー
Alright,
ムは
I'm
あんま
shocked to hear
や
that.
ってないんでわかんないですけど、ただクリアした後に、こういうやり込み要素ができたよみたいな。
You're all
そういうゲー
good.
ムを
I
よ
love
く聞き
my
ますね。
puns.
We have a $20 donation from Cry. Rayman was one of the first games I ever played, and seeing it get beat up is so satisfying. Thanks to everyone for making this event possible.
Yeah, I'm really beating them up with my fist for
ホー
sure.
リーダイバー、結構有名なゲームなんです。
We have a $150 donation from Wilksy with
そう
no
ですね。
message.
ホーリーダイバーは
Spike
明日
Vegeta
の
seems
1月
to
10
be
日
on his way out.
19時25分から始まります。
We have a $7 donation from Nils72. Good luck with the Rayman run, Glackums.
一応
Don't miss a
ダイジェス
cage.
トは作られているので、
We have
後から確
$5
認する
from
っていう
Malk.
そういう手も
Good luck with your run, Glackum,
あり
from
ます
the
ね。
Fun House. We're all wishing you the best of luck.
Only have fun in the fun house.
We have $50 from Whuppy. Rayman was the first PC game I finished. Those final levels were awesome and taught me the satisfaction of finishing a
Oh,
game.
Rayman.
Good times. Good luck with the run and thank you all for this event.
Yeah.
やっぱ大規模なイベントだけあって、
actually quite different with the cage
こう
locations.
いろんなゲームは見れ
If
る
you
け
were
ど、
running this
時
on
間
PC,
帯合わな
you
くて見
actually
れないっ
wouldn't
ていう
have
の
the
は
fight stops at all. This
しょうがない面
level
もあります。
and the next level and the last level, they're the only ones without return signs. Normally, if you in the PC version, which
おう
makes it a lot easier to play the game.
あ、でもやっぱり解説あるかないかで全然違います。
Dude, throwing shade.
But it person to person, it's definitely easier for sure.
そうですね。
Running back
みんなで
there,
こう、ワイワイ
hit that
盛り上が
That
って
cage, yep.
見るってのは、
And if he does this right, he
なかな
basically
か
just have to let go of right
ない
now
です
with
もん
these
ね。
really jerk fish that are on here. A lot of these jumps here are very scary.
なんか初めての方とこう一緒にワイワイ盛り上がる。
Right there, and
There we
oh
go.
my gosh.
Oh my god, that screen. Oh,
Very nice.
Normally they intend for you. It's a lot
あ
more than
そうなんですか。
all the fish.
なんかちょっとは泳げる
Everybody
よ
I
とか
know
じゃなく
dies
て
like
即死
20
なんです。
million times on those fish. They will hunt you down.
That was
ラブリー感じ
such
ちゃ
a
いますね。
nightmare screen for me. Final major level of the game. We need to get 6 more cages. They're actually all on this screen, which is like Glack was just saying. If you're playing on the PC version, you could have got all 6 cages and then hit the X.
なので即死の割にはすごい足場が狭いんですね。
Okay.
Yeah, going for a bit of a speed lock right there. Still looks cool.
Good enough.
Yeah, he got about half of it. Now he's gonna try another one right here. Gonna get another one right here to get all the way to this
髪が
last
濡れると
cage.
飛べなくなって死ぬ。
Just get hit here.
まあでもビチャビチャだったら
It just kind of automatically hits
ついちゃい
again
ますも
for
んね。
you. Like
パタパタって動かない
the
んです
fist
よね。
comes back the same time that you hit it.
Yeah. Make sure he turns left right here because the clouds are going to move into the spike, setting
カッ
himself
パ
up
が住んでて
and then just
水の中に
damage
引きずり込むん
that
だ。
area. And that is our
そうなんですね。
102nd cage, everyone.
なかな
How
か
do you like tunes? Yeah,
斬
very
新
nice, yeah.
なゲームですね。
I think they could have just walked out.
We
of the
definitely didn't
cages.
kill them for sure.
I saw someone go into the water.
I was about to say, yay, we said, oh God, what are they doing? So yeah, with that, again, playing on
バス
PC
爆発
version,
で倒すゲーム
death right there, and
あ
left
あ、あり
because
ましたね。
this game, all it
あ
cares,
れ
it does
あの
not
後
care
僕
if you
買っ
defeat
た
the
んです
bosses.
ね。
There was a boss earlier in the game,
見
Mr.
てて。
Sachs, that we could have fought, but we didn't need to because there was an exit post on his first screen. All 6 cages were there. Be the same here. You wouldn't have to go through the fight with Mr. Scops.
So I'm gonna teach you all how to do this. Like, maybe some people have problems falling on ledges. I know I did when I was a kid.
すごい手強そうな
when
のが
you hit them,
出
you
てき
can
ましたね。
knock them back instantly. It's not really shown ever, but you can just punch him and he goes back instantly. So I'm just doing neutral jumps here and punching and then hovering back onto the platform. He does this 3 times and then you just move on. And that's much easier than trying to get on that platform because his hitbox is really deadly close and he'll knock you 5 ways into Tuesday.
そうですね。顔がすごい
Hey, it's
あれで
Tuesday.
すけ
Yeah,
ど
it is Tuesday.
見てみすごいさ
Actually,
そう
not
や
that far right
It'll be
now.
the other Tuesday.
ああなるほど。だんだ
Oh,
ん
okay, it'll be
即
after
死エリア
this.
が増えていく感じなん
Oh,
です。
we're going back through time.
Oh, wow.
So I waited on him to get on that platform before me. He can get on that platform later than you.
ちょっと
He'll just knock
え
you out. Even if you get hit
こ
here,
れちょ
he'll
っ
knock,
と
he'll knock you far enough that you can't actually get to
難
that
しくないですか
in time for it to insta kill
ああ
you.
なるほど。
So this boss now,
倒
it's
さなくていいん
actually
ですね。
really easy. I could do this blindfolded. I've done it looking the other way.
Should we do it?
All right, well, let's challenge him then. I was going to say he called it out.
I can still see.
Oh. That's all right. He does want to hold on a certain amount of his health for a trick coming up.
He's doing it.
Oh. Going on the hovers, but
と
that's
時々
okay.
こうやってプク
I
ル
have
って
to,
触れ
I
てます
can't.
ね。
Do you need to see?
No,
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 no.
he's-
Oh, you let go. But why?
I don't know.
I could have done it with 2 health.
いやすごいですね
I。believe you.
想像の斜め
So
上を
he's
行
gonna
く
have one health.
ゲー
Well,
ムです
actually, yeah,
ね。
he can get one up, standing one right here. He wants to make sure he has more than 1 health right there, because that last hit when it comes up, it's the electric orbs that are following you. They're following your fist once again. So that's how you hit that boss. First time you get to that boss, you have no idea what's going on.
Please help
That
me.
was
Hurry.
good. That was good. I enjoyed it. All right, so now that he's beat all 17 levels, got all 102 cages, we can go to the final level of the game, Mr. Dark's Dare, Candy Chateau.
Dear Mario,
そうです
I
ね
made a cake for you.
すごいプルプル振る
I
の
love the little title cards.
かわいい。
So
ちょ
you're
っ
riding on
と
a frying
ムってくる
pan
けど
on
すごいかわいいですね。
cake-ish
Frosting?
platform. This yeah. He's
Oh,
trying to
cake.
hit specific parts of the slope to gain as much speed as he can.
I slow down there because you can just
フライパンに乗
fall
っ
straight
て
to that
滑
pit
る
and it'll just bounce you up. Just get a little hop there, and then hop there, and that's the end.
Yeah, the only time they want to try to actually kill you in this screen is right there at the end. You go into that orange goo, you're dead.
なかなかユニークな移動方
Jump
法です
over
ね。
it.
From Sonic 3.
フライパンで移動っていう初め
You
て
can
聞くか
actually
も。
jump over the trigger that spawns
Finally.
Dark Rayman. I
最後の
kinda
ステージ
wanted
なん
to
です
show
ね
that off, but then you wouldn't get to see this glorious boy here. He will mimic everything you do to a T. If you're a task and you just super jump over the level, he'll super jump with you.
で
So if I hit him, he's like lag behind about a second-ish. he'll hit if you let him have his way. He'll hit you. You stand, he'll eventually get to
ごめん
you,
なさい、ち
and
ょ
he
っ
will
と
insta kill you, no matter what.
僕はアメリカ
And
語
that's
さっ
not
ぱりな
what
ん
we
で、
want. As
す
long
ご
as we
い
move forward, though, he won't hit us really. Just there are dead ends in this stage. They'll expect you to. Ooh, oh, I let go too early.
なるほど。フライのパンだから。
Yeah, it's one of those where like randomly you will still take a death to Dark Rayman. So the Cub here, he's going to actually bounce off the wall, which resets his momentum, and now he can go. Again, moving in a specific way to spawn this exit sign and get him moving in the right direction. Now right here, another curse is going to be put upon Rayman. It's actually going to swap his left and right controls. Not up and down, but left and right. So that definitely creates for a lot of awkwardness. Here we're going for Clown Skip, last major skip in the run. It's pretty difficult, a little finicky. Missed it
It's
twice.
not playing nice. Okay, there we go.
All right,
Okay, we
nice.
got
Got
it.
a third try. That skips over this entire section on the right side. And getting over that large clown is a lot more precise than it looks.
あ、
Yeah, the
ダメージ
wall
ブー
there
ストで
will,
上に登るん
the
です。
wall at the top of the ceiling, it looks invisible, but there's a wall,
ラブリ
there's
ー
a
英語ならい
ceiling
けず。
there, and it will drop you
そう
down
だな。
quick. So, okay, we avoided hanging
Wow,
there. That
nice.
saves like,
That's actually pretty tight as well.
and then like right over
そうなんで
this,
すか。
that like yellow there, it
操
actually
作が
does
逆になる魔法。
switch it back to normal. If you're sliding off, you'll have no
かけられ
control,
た。
and you will have to try to adjust at the pit. So now he's
ラブリー
changed
はね、
my I have no agency. I
世
can
界
only
に
jump here.
Yep.
This
世界
actually
に
I can
世界に
actually
こう
skip
広め
over a
る
platform here.
ラブリー。
Two big
Okay,
jumps
there we
and
go.
able to clear that entire last slow.
That's really
level right there.
precise. I'm happy I got that.
Yeah, nice. I'm gonna clap for that. Yeah, let's go. We're rolling deep here. All right, guys. So time is gonna be coming up here, and after this fight, still you're gonna have like 2 minutes, so we got time. But the gimmick right here, this is Mr. Dark. He's taking away your ability
そう
to
です
throw
ね
your fist.
ごめんなさい、僕この
which you can
レイ
see
マ
there
ン
being
全
hanging
然
on
知ら
that
ないん
rope
ですよ
up top.
正直なこと言うと
Avoid
今1時間20分前に初めて名前知ったんで本当に分かんないんですよね
This is actually, it can be a pretty scary part because
なんか
you
適当
get
な
like no iframes
雑談を
at
それしか
all off of these different
ないん
things
です
that
よ
can damage.
申し訳ないです
So if you bounce off of something, usually you just recoil. See right there, he lost 2 health there in a quarter of a split second.
Sick burn.
You're doomed.
I'm doomed. The game ends here.
Yeah.
I think I'm just jealous because I'm not good at puns at all, and you guys
I'll
are
do my-
really, really fast at these. So right here, yeah,
You
like you said,
are-
saved like a million electoons. 2 of them show up to
Rayman.
help you there at the end.
It's about time.
But now he just pieces out. You never actually fight Mr. Dark.
I
You
think
instead fight
あそう言っていただけるとすごい
he
ありがたい
actually
です
transforms into these.
into these. Oh, okay. All right. So unfortunately, I only got 2 hits there on each of those.
Yeah.
So it's gonna have to be a 4 cycle instead of a 3.
I was hitting it too early, I think.
Anything
This
with
set
that?
here, this mix and match here, you can actually just
Ooh.
you just constantly
Boss
punch. I don't know
shit.
why
This
they're
guy.
attacking.
Why they're
They
okay,
don't
but
do
yeah.
that normally. So
Alright,
the
so how many
last one,
frame
this is
perfects?
frame
Yo.
perfect. This time's coming up, by the way. Oh, that was nice.
He just got
triple.
a double frame perfect couple of hits right there. Each time, yeah, it's on like the 58th or 59th frame. Ooh, a third, a fourth. Oh, time. Oh my God, that was so
一
good.
気に
Oh my
押し寄せてきました
God.
ね
Damn, that was great. I've never gotten 7 in a row.
だんだん熱い展開に
It's a
Okay, so
50-50 chance.
I know that went
Not
by
yet.
so fast, but each of those hits he gets on the very final
お疲れ様でした
phase, each
グッ
of
ド
those
ゲーム
hits like 2.5 seconds. We
ちょっ
decided
と
the other night.
Something
自
like
分だ
that.
けは
Around those,
自分だ
because
けだっ
normally you hit it once, it jumps up, it bounces you up in the air, it's really slow, or you can time it on a frame perfect hit after each
すごい
of them
いい作品でしたね
together. Got the triple
突然
right
ね
and
Quad.
the
Yeah.
quad. Oh my God.
かな
I've
り
never seen a quad
難易度も
live
高
at
くて
AGDQ. Glad that was an awesome run, man. Yeah.
Thanks,
so,
man.
yes, dude. All right.
That
Yeah.
was
すごい
really fun. I'm so
面白い
glad
ゲー
that
ム
I
で
was
すね
able to do this
楽しかっ
with
た
you
見
guys.
て
I got like under what I was
120
hoping.
Yeah, you were over like
121. That's like
$122.
魔法使い
Yeah.
と
And it was- it was-
や
it
り
was-
ませんでした
no, listen, it went
そう
by
です
so
タイム
fast.
まで作り込まれて
121.50, a
よかっ
minute
たですね
15 behind your PB.
面白かった
That was really good, guys.
shout outs to the Funhouse for
このレイマ
being
ン
there. Shout outs to the Rayman community. They've done so much for the. I've
プレイステ1のゲームなんで
I've done some optimism.
ぜひ
Like a couple
プレステ
seconds.
2とか
Showcase the game
あ
really
の
well here,
プレステ
though.
3とかは持て余しててちょっと難しいアクションゲームやってみてえなって思った
Shout
ら
outs
こ
to
のレイマン
Terra, the world record holder,
Yep.
for being a bro.
そうですねプレステ
Getting
1
me
です
motivated and everything.
なんかね
Shout out
海
to
外
my
では
friends
すご
and
い
family
シリーズにもな
like
って
do that
て
already.
10作品くらい
Yeah,
あるら
I
しい
think
で
I
す
did it already.
Sure.
Yeah,
It's
it's-
そういう意味
already
は
two.
retired.
They get two.
Shouts to our pun crew right
調べてみ
here.
る
You
と
guys
すご
holding
い
down the
ま
fort.
た
I still
楽しめ
run
る
this
のでは
game
ない
all
で
the
しょうか。
time.
Shout out to Simple
I'm
Flips.
pretty pooped at this game after a week of doing it constantly. I've run this game no resets like 10, 20 times already. this week.
次は
I still love
ダイナマイト
this
ヘ
game.
ッディなんです
I
け
don't
ど
mind it at all.
ここ
I
から
call it quirky 'cause I think it's quirky.
配信の担当者が
That's such a
変わりま
nice
す。
word for this game. Make sure to give him a follow, guys. Glackum. With that, I think we'll go
なの
ahead
で
and
一
move
旦
on, get to our next game. And
僕の
the
音
goofy
声は
little
切
character
らせてい
block
た
we
だき
got
ま
right
す。
here. Dynamite Heady, I think, coming up.
ちょっ
So,
と待ってね。
yeah. Good job, man. Enjoy.
ありがとうございました。
That
すごい
run
拙
was
い、
amazing.
ちょっ
I'm still pretty shocked
と
about
解
it.
説っていうより配信で
Alright,
ちょっ
next
と
we have Dynamite
申し訳ないん
Heady
ですけども。
with Chronon.
いや
and
ー、
I'd like
本当
to
に
pass the
ありがとうご
host
ざいました。
station over to Mr. Bose.
これからもね、まだま
I'll
だ
see you later tonight
面
for
白いゲームの
Resident Evil
RT が続いていくので、
Biohazard.
皆さん
Thanks
ぜ
so
ひ
much for hanging out with me.
お楽しみいただけたらなと思います。ありがとうございました。